what's going on? What's going on? Welcome to another episode of Empire Jeff TV. I am your host, Empire Jeff, back with another episode coming to you on a Tuesday night in which the Los Angeles Lakers got embarrassed once again, this time in Atlanta, playing the Atlanta Hawks tonight, man, and just got, 138 to 122, giving up 138 points. So the Atlanta Hawks, man, the Atlanta Pigeons. I mean, come on, man. What are we doing out here, guys? This is crazy. But lots to talk about, man. Ton of stuff to talk about tonight, man. We got the trade deadline, right around the corner. We got the Lakers 3 games in on their 6-game road trip, which I don't know if they're gonna get another win on this road trip. If they come back from this road trip, 3 games under 500, man, it's going to be all bad for them, man. And this could very well be, and I think it is, the beginning of the end for these Los Angeles Lakers. And I'm not just talking for Darvin Ham, man. I'm not just talking for Darvin Ham. It's time. It's time. It's time. This has run its course. It's gone as far as it can go. It peaked in 2020. It's been steady, just trying to hold it together ever since, and it's just not working. So it's time. It's time. This is the beginning of the end for this Los Angeles Lakers team. Whether they fire Darvin Ham, whether LeBron James opts out, whether they move Anthony Davis, whether they keep their picks and try to go after someone via free agent or trades, whatever it may be, whatever it is. I'm not saying which path I prefer. I'm just saying whatever it is, it's time. Whatever the Lakers have had in the back of their minds, which is their backup plan for this, it's time. This ship has sailed. This team is done. As currently constructed, obviously. This is not a contending franchise. Really hasn't been since 2021. Even last year, they got to the Western Conference Finals, got smoked. This is not a contending franchise. You can't just keep putting teams together, having to save them at the trade deadline, and throw out a team out there that's completely out of gas, even if they do advance. Like, this model doesn't work for anybody, and it's definitely not going to work for these Los Angeles Lakers. So they're cooked, man. And like I've said all season, I know there's a lot of outrage out there tonight. I understand that, deservingly so. I know there's a lot of upset people out there. There is a lot of passion being displayed tonight. I understand that. I feel the same way when it comes to this team. I'm frustrated with them. I'm over the lack of effort. I'm over the lack of adjustments. I'm over of being able to handle a press conference. I'm over just everything with this team. I've been over everything with this team. Like, I've kind of know what they've been for a while now. I've told you guys this. But there is no trade that is going to salvage this season. There's nothing out there. DeJounte Murray isn't saving this team. I love DeJounte Murray. If they got him today, I would love to have him for the future, but he's not saving this team this season. It's not happening. It's not happening. So there's nothing out there that is going to save this season. If you guys think I'm right, if you think I'm wrong, let me know. But I don't see anything out there that is saving this season. I don't see a coaching change saving this season. Look, they could trade, I don't know, 6 or 7 people. Still probably will not save this season. It's just nothing seems to work. Every button they push, everything they try, even when we think they do right in the summer, when everyone was so thrilled with the front office decisions and moves, including myself. I can't front. I was too. I thought Rob did a masterful job during the offseason. It's blown up in our face, but I thought he did a great job at the time. And it's all falling apart. It's all falling apart. Like, we've known for forever that Darvin Ham was not improving as a head basketball coach. I just always knew the Lakers weren't going to do anything about it. So I wasn't going to be up here every night calling for his job, because they're not going to do anything about it. I've been telling you guys that. They're not gonna. And if they do, it's probably still going to be too late, because it's just not how they conduct their business. Now, whether Ham should be here or not be here, that's a separate discussion. I don't love Ham. I don't hate him. And I told you guys last night, if it were up to me, I would dismiss him. I really would, because there's no coming back from it. There's no coming back from it. Whether it be his lack of adjustments, whether it be the erosion of the locker room, which has been building over time now. And any which way you look at it, the narratives, every which way you look at it, there's no coming back from it. There's no salvaging Darvin Ham. Like, you can't. The guy could go out there and win 10 of their next 15 games, and then lose 1 or 2 in a row after that, and they'll be calling for his head. There was no salvaging Darvin Ham for this team. So for me, like I said, I would dismiss him off the strength of that alone. I'm not a Darvin hater. I haven't been bashing him all season like everyone else. I haven't been riding the narrative wave. Like that's not how I get down. Because like I said, there's more problems here than Darvin Ham. I form my own opinion. I don't run with the crowd. You know what I mean? I look in my own eyes and see everything. So my thing is that while Darvin Ham has been Darvin Ham since they got him, the problem is putting players on a roster that can actually figure things out. And we could talk about rotations. We could talk about all this, but who the hell were we going to rotate to tonight? Like, there's no one there. There's no one there. What's that famous quote that Patino said? Remember that when he was throwing a fit in the Celtics press conference? Larry Bird is not walking through that door. Kevin McHale is not walking through that door. Well, Shaq, Kobe, Magic, Kareem, they're not walking through that door. 34-year-old LeBron James is not walking through that door. So there's nothing to rotate to. So while we can say that Darvin's rotations are weird at best, like, I don't know what other options there really are, because this team collectively of players, coaching, and like I said, I really do like Rob Pelinka, but he's got to wear this. The roster isn't fitting. The roster isn't fitting. And one of the main reasons, like I said, why I would dismiss, sorry, I hate using the word fire, why I would dismiss Darvin Ham was so we can see, like, is it the players? Is it just him? Is it both? Like, I think it is. What is it? So if it were me, I would dismiss him and just end the bleeding, because there's no coming back from him. When it comes to Darvin Ham being a head coach of the Los Angeles Lakers, he is a dog that needs to be put down. Show mercy to him. Let him go, because there is no saving him, and there is no saving this team right now. There just isn't. And that's just me being a realist. Like, I felt that way for a while. I've told you guys, like, even with the DeJounte Murray thing, everyone's sitting here just like, just make the trade already. The Lakers don't get to wake up in the morning and decide to be like, yo, ATL, we ready now. Let's do this. It's not how this goes. Atlanta's not interested in what we have. They have to be desperate to take that deal. And how do you sell that to ownership on their side? So everyone's sitting back like, I'm impatient. They haven't made a move. There's not a move to make. No one is sitting there, Lakers, please give us these players. Please give them to us. No one is doing that. Y'all need to understand this. So everyone being frustrated with no trades happening, or just trying to apply pressure to the front office to do it now. There's no trade. One, there's no trade that's going to salvage us this season. And two, there's no team running to the front of the line to say, here, Lakers, let us help you. Let us help you. It's not happening. It's not happening. And the faster everyone starts to realize this, the faster you're going to realize that this team is in this season is just a wash. It's just a wash. And this game on Thursday, y'all, this game against Boston, y'all, might be the game that blows it all up. Just might be the game that blows it all up. And while I don't believe that, Jeannie has shown nothing and Rob have shown nothing to indicate that they would dump the coach and hold off making any trades and just ride it out to the summer and keep the picks and dare LeBron to opt out and all these different things. I mean, we might have to talk about that. We might have to talk about that. Do the Lakers make nothing happen? And are they hoping Bron opts out? I mean, we have to talk about that, right? Is that an option? Is it an option? So that's what I'm saying. Like, there's really no direction that's clear to go here. There's no direction that's clear to go because we don't know what they want to do. Do they want to spend the money? Doesn't look like it. Do they want to give up that draft assets? It doesn't look like it. So they don't want to do any of these things it requires to make your team better, but they want to get better. And then you got LeBron saying, I don't care about you 5 years from now. Spend it all. Spend it all on me. Spend it all on me. And the Lakers are like, we've done that already. We're not doing that anymore. And I'm not really in disagreement with them on that portion. But I don't really know what the answer is because, like I said, if you look around the league, there is no trade that is going to salvage this season. It's just not going to happen. It's not going to happen. There's no coaching change going to salvage this season. There's no trade that's going to salvage this season. So that's why I'm saying, if it were me, I would dismiss Coach Ham. Then I would show the players like, all right, he's gone now. He's gone. Go show the world it isn't you too. Go show the world that you guys don't have some issues too. Go ahead, go show them. Go show them. And then when that doesn't happen, then we're right back here to ground zero again, right? And having to hire another head coach. Now, Darvin has brought that on himself. Like I said last night, the easiest thing for Darvin Ham to do, would have been just make the lineup adjustment. Not for the people, not for the fans. Not for the fans. I mean, you don't listen to fans. We're not professionals here. We don't listen to fans. Don't listen to fans. Because if you start listening to the fans, you're going to sit next to them. All right? Don't listen to the fans. What it is the funny thing is everyone's bashing analytics when analytics point that the lineups aren't working. Like I've told you guys numerous times, the two best Laker lineups analytically are not being used. They're not being used. The lineup of D'Lo, Max Christie, Prince, and AD not being used as a starting lineup. The lineup of D'Lo, Reeves, Braun, Vando, AD not being used as a starting lineup. So while I get that analytics are kind of crazy to a point probably overused in most cases, the fact that analytics aren't even being used in this instant to make it right. You get what I'm saying? They're ignoring the analytics, which makes it even more crazy. Haven't got your chats. I will. I know I usually start getting your chats at this point, but I want to rock a little bit right now, guys. I want to rock a little bit right now. So stay with me. I may even open a panel tonight. We may let that happen tonight because I'm telling you, like, I think at some point we have to be realistic with ourselves. We have to understand that this team, no matter what happens, we can throw all the fits we want. We can get as frustrated as we want. We can make all the demands we want. Everyone can storm up in front of crypto.com arena and they'll just be sitting up there just laughing at us. You can storm up there. They're not going to do anything for us. They're not going to do that. They're not going to. I continue to tell you guys this. There's no pressure. There's no pressure that we're applying that they're going to bow to. It's not going to happen. They got their money. The TV deal is there. The merch deal is there. Everything is there. The season tickets, there. There's nothing that the fans could do to frighten the Lakers. What did they do to not show up for the tickets they already paid for? You know what I mean? There's nothing you can do to them. It's like Disneyland. They got us by the balls. Sounded a little too New York there. I apologize. But what I'm saying is they got us right where they want us. They already got our money. They can do what they want with it. Now the portion of them, are they doing what's smart with it, is completely different. That's a whole nother scenario in itself. Whole nother scenario in itself. But as frustrating as this is, and as crazy as it is, and as much of a nightmare of a season as this is, at some point we just got to punt and stop putting more money on the crap table trying to win back the money you keep losing. Because that's degenerate at that point. That's the middle-aged businessman out there spending away all of his kids' college tuition and his daughter's like wedding money, just trying to chase the money that he keeps losing. That's degenerative. At some point, cut your losses. It's okay. It's okay. I understand Laker Nation is against taking losses. I understand Laker Nation, it's championship or bust. We don't celebrate anything. I understand that. I'm one of them. Like, I'm a Laker fan. I'm a diehard Laker fan. But I don't sit up here and act that if a team overachieves and gets further than anyone thought they would that year, like that can't be appreciated. Now, a year like this, when I legitimately thought that the Los Angeles Lakers were easily one of 5 contenders in the game going in, which I was wrong. So yeah, this season, of course, underachieving, completely different. But when you have a year where a team overachieves, you're allowed to celebrate that. But see, Laker Nation has gotten to a point where it's like it's championship or nothing. So that type of pressure and that type of mentality makes it hard to operate. Because then you can't even make moves around the edges or around the margins to make this team better because it's not splashy enough for the fan base. It's not spicy enough. Not enough flavor. You know what I mean? So it's like a catch-22. So the fans got to kind of take some responsibility for that too, because everyone's sitting back wanting this big splash and won't won't accept a solid move that makes the team better if it's not a name they can celebrate, right? So there's a lot of things that go into this. There's a lot of things that go into this. And at the end of the day, the Lakers got to learn a very important lesson here. Jeanie, Rob, Kurt, Mrs. Rambis. If that was that Chad, the bartender, if he's still around. Anyone. If my voice ever hits your ears, do not ever hire a rookie head coach again. And if you do, he better be a prodigy that comes with like 5 solidified NBA assistant head coaches who have been head coaches in this game before. That it's a non-starter outside of that. It's a non-starter after that. There's no negotiation here, Lakers organization. No negotiation here. No more rookie head coaches. No more penny pitching on the head coaches. Stop overplaying some players and start overpaying some quality head coaches. Go buy a head coach. Go trade for a head coach. Teams will give you something. Teams will let coaches out of contract, man, if you pay them. If that coach wants to come and they know their heart's not all in there, they'll take some money or an asset from you to let that coach come here. It's been done plenty of times. Go do it, Lakers. Go buy a head coach, a good one, a culture changer. Someone who commands the respect of the players, someone who commands the appreciation of the fan base, and someone who can do their job without you over their shoulder all the time. And another thing we talked on last night. Jeanie is incredible on the basketball business side of branding, managing the Los Angeles Lakers as a whole, as a brand. She's incredible. She's the best. But we need a face in the basketball operational side for the product that takes place on the court, on the actual basketball court. Someone who applies pressure to Rob Pelinka, who then applies pressure to the head coach, who then applies pressures to the star players and the players, and all the way down. There needs to be a proper, legitimate, thorough chain of command that shows which way things roll when things go wrong. But that gap between Rob and Jeanie doesn't exist because he reports directly to her. And while when it comes to everyone involved, I think Rob has had a kind of a bad deal a couple of times because in his heart of hearts, he really didn't want to make that Westbrook deal, but he did it. That's on him. That is on him. No one put a gun to his head. He could have fought against it and said, I'm not making this move. Fire me. That is on him. Absolutely on him. And while Bron and AD didn't have Russ as their first choice, the Lakers weren't offering going to give DeRozan the deal he was seeking that he got in Chicago. They weren't going to give him that. So then Bron and AD kind of pivot and kind of look around the league and say, okay, who can we get? Where's another dude who's that dude or has been that dude? Who can we get? And for some reason, they thought of Russ. And then Rob agreed to it. Jeanie agreed to it. Everyone's at fault there. Not Bron, not just AD, not just Pelinka, not just Jeanie. All of them. Even Montrezl Harrell, who decided not to opt out of his contract because he thought he was going to be traded to Sacramento. Even his F1, if his ass would have just opted out, we wouldn't have been in this mess right now. I'm just kidding. But this whole mess, there's so much blame to go around. Everyone grab a slice. There's so much blame to go around. So while it is easy and it is convenient to blame Coach Ham, because again, it is very easy, it is very convenient, and it's not necessarily wrong to blame Darvin Ham. But at the same time, to not blame these players, to not blame the organization, to not blame this whole thing as a whole, this is a household issue. Send a social worker to the Los Angeles Lakers, man. This is a household issue. Nothing is working. Nothing is working. Shout out to my boy Lowe, man. Shout out to Lowe, man. We went over there the other night. The food in that place even sucks. Come on, man. Your Wi-Fi is trash. At least get that right. Come on now. What are we doing here? What are we doing, Lakers? I love the Lakers. I bleed purple and gold. I love everything about being a Los Angeles Laker fan. I love our history. I would love to love our future. But damn it, I do not love our present. I can tell you that right now. I haven't loved our present for a while. I've gotten excited. There have been good moments. But in my heart of hearts, when we look back at this team, I'm kind of mad at myself because they definitely fooled me, y'all. They fooled me this year. I'll give them that. They fooled me this year. I bought the car. I drove it off the lot. The value dropped and it was a lemon. They fooled me this year. And Darvin Ham fooled me last year. The Lakers fooled me this year. I was a two-time idiot. Got no problem admitting that. Got no problem admitting that. There's no way in hell I'm getting to everyone's comments tonight, man. There's probably too many at this point. I pride myself on reading all of them, but I'm talking too much right now, so I'm not going to be able to catch up to all of them. I definitely apologize for that, guys. I'm going to touch on some. And like I said, I'm a level-headed dude. It's borderline impossible to rattle me, and I'm not rattled. It's pretty much impossible to rattle me. It's pretty much impossible to get me out of pocket. It's pretty much impossible to get me out of character, really. But we ain't gonna talk about this. We got to talk about this. Is it time to end this era of Laker basketball? Is it time? Is it time? Is it time to move on from LeBron James? Is it time to even, if you move on to LeBron James, to move on from Anthony Davis, trade him out of here to get assets? Like, is it time for that? I'm not suggesting it. I'm asking, is it time? Is it time to clear the deck? Is it time to tear the house down and rebuild? Because even if Bron opts in next year, he's 40. AD's 31. 4 more years left on his deal. God only knows if they don't make a trade this trade deadline and keep all those draft picks. God only knows what they move them for. Like, please don't tell me you're keeping 3 picks to go get Lauri Markkanen, because then I'll be be the most Laker-ish ever. Like, come on, man. This is wild, man. This is absolutely wild. And we have to entertain this, y'all. We have to entertain this. So I need to know. I'm gonna put a poll and I'm gonna put this in the chat. And once again, you guys know I always get to your chats. You guys know I pride myself on reading every comment. But tonight's a little different. Tonight you get a little bit more Jeffrey direct and not with the chat. I will get to some, just not yet. So do me a favor. Give me a 1 in the chat if you want the Lakers to just break this whole thing up. And that includes Bron and AD. Break the whole thing up. Give me a 1 in the chat. Give me a 1 in the chat. Curious to see where y'all are at with this. Again, I'm not saying I'm recommending it. I'm just trying to see. We have to talk about it. Give me a 1 in the chat if you want them to blow it up, or give me a 2 in the chat if you want them to continue to spend everything we have to try to save a team that cannot be salvaged. So 1 in the chat if you want to blow this up. And I'm not saying you blow it up now. I'm saying come this summer. They're not trading Bron. They're not trading AD right now. That is not happening. What I'm asking is, like, come this summertime, is this era of Laker basketball over? And that's what I really want to kind of know where everyone's at here. Because I'm telling you, man, it is man. It is it looks like it's about that time. And this isn't any shade on Bron or AD. It's not shade on them about wanting to break them up or get them out of here. It's not like saying they must go. It's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, like, this isn't working anymore. I don't know if it's going to work again. So those who dropped the 2 in the chat, those who dropped the 1 in the chat, I don't really need you to say it here. But anyone that's I see you, Africa. I see you, my guy. Anyone that dropped the 2 in the chat, tell me why, and tell me who's fixing this team. Tell me who's salvaging this team. Just let me know. I like DeJounte Murray. I would love to have DeJounte Murray for now in the future. I would love to have him. He is a solid basketball player. Very, very good basketball player. But he's not salvaging our season. He's not. The arrival of DeJounte Murray alone isn't making us a contender. It's not happening. It's not happening. So my question is, if no trade we make can salvage this season, but why are we going to just give up our future for a season that can't be salvaged? Shout out to everyone who's in the building, man. 171 people in here right now. That is an Empire Jeff TV record, if I'm not mistaken, but only 49 likes on the video. Drop a like on the video if you have not done so already. Subscribe to the channel if you have not done so already. Turn on those post notifications, man. It goes a long way to help the channel. We'll greatly, greatly, greatly appreciate you guys. Thank you for hearing me out on that long 20-something minute dialogue there and rant. That's rare for me on this channel, but had to be done tonight. Had to be done tonight, man. But so there's a lot of chats in here. I can't possibly get. I've seen sell the team to Bezos. I'm seeing this here. I've seen all kinds. I see everybody, man. Shout out to Don Terrio. Shout out to my brother Lo. Shout out to Serge. Shout out to Kurt. Shout out to everyone in the building here, man. Shout out to Eric Kwan. I see you. Shout out to Craig. Mari. Shout out to you, Roy. William. Let's see who else we got here. Manimal, what's going on? I said Roy. Reg Dog TV. What's going on, my brother? Love the show. Thank you for pulling up. Appreciate you. Big Baby Sports. Trying to get on everyone here. Let's see. Mission 24. Thank you for pulling up. Appreciate you. No way in hell. I have no idea if you're rocking with me or calling me an idiot in these chats. I have no idea, man. I have no idea. Mees the Gym. What's up, my brother? What's going on, Mees? What's going on, Angel? If y'all are in here, Mees, if you're still in here, let me know, bro. Let me know if you're still in here. I was a little late to reading some of these, man. Lakers all day dope. What's going on, man? What's going on? Like I said, I see a lot of people ham. That seems to be the one here, man. Controversial. What's going on? Thanks for pulling up, man. Thanks for pulling up. The JSJ, what's going on? Intel Wild, what's going on? Like I said, I'm trying to catch up everyone that was in here. But yeah, this is all bad, man. This is all bad. Definitely all bad. Like I said, Young Africa, what up, my guy? Let me know if you're still in here. Savage, what's going on, man? Thanks for pulling up. Dwayne Harris, thanks for pulling up. KD, what's going on? One Peruvian guy, what's going on? Russ the Builder, shout out to you, brother. Purple and Gold, Healthy Fit, what's going on? What's going on? JT, what's going on, man? Someone, what's going on? Little Smoke, what's going on? Hepatitis, see you later, man. What's going on? Tamika, what's going on with you? John J. All right, Hayes Hyatt, trying to shout everyone. I see Dante, what's up, brother? Nicholas, what's up? All right. AE, what's going on? Let's see who else is up in here. He said, keep cooking. So this is it, man. I'm trying to tell you, man. Like for me, it's pretty much simple, just about looking at everything that isn't right. And there's no Mickey Mouse job. There's no spit shine that's going to fix this team. Nothing's going to go out there and magically fall from the heavens from the basketball gods. The basketball gods are not saving this team. You know why? Because this team does not deserve to be saved. They don't deserve to be saved. They're cheating the game. There's no effort. There's no adjustment. There's no commitment to winning here. There's a bunch of personal agendas that everyone is rallying against. And the passive aggressiveness, right? Like, it's so weird at this point. Like, I would kill for a Laker player to come out and bash Ham at this point, because none of them are doing it. So if it's that bad in the locker room and the locker room has been lost, none of these dudes are putting it out there. I've never seen that before. Is it because Darvin Ham is a clutch client? Is that why LeBron's not doing it and the other players are scared to do it as well? Is that what it is? I don't know. I'm asking. Is that what it is? LA Sports Live, what's up, my brother? Thanks for pulling up. I see you, bro. I see you. What's that? BIGJSD, what's going on? I see you. Let's see. Money Monk Engineer, what's going on? She don't want to be saved. Yeah, she don't want to be saved, man. She don't want to be saved. Like I said, everyone's at the crap table, at the blackjack table, spending their kids' college funds and their daughter's wedding money, trying to win again. When it's done, the whole casino knows for the last 2 hours, you're cooked, you're gone, your money's gone. Why are you playing? Why are you still playing? That's the Lakers right now. This is how many trade deadlines in a row. I said trade lines. My financial background just came into picture. How many trade deadlines in a row are we going to continue to do this? How many? And I get that. I get that it's natural. It's a natural thing, because you've got the Laker clickbait. You've got the pressure of having LeBron James and you're having to reshape your roster to make sure that he has a chance to contend. right? Because when you have a superstar or megastar of his stature, even at 39 years old, you owe it to have a roster that is up to snuff, so you have a chance to win with this man. But there's just really nothing out there that's going to make any type of change here that's going to salvage this season. It's just not. So if we give up a pick and we go do all that, if there's at least a plan, like, okay, let's say Atlanta wakes up. Let's say Landry Fields goes and gets drunk and decides to make a trade. And he takes D'Lo, a first-round pick, JHS, whatever it is. They take that trade, right? The Lakers make that trade. I'm okay with that trade as long as in the Lakers' heart of hearts, they're like, this is about next year and moving forward. We're going to add to this. We got 2 more picks. We can move in the summer. We got pick swaps. Maybe we move Austin. Like maybe Vando, which would break my heart. But like I said, maybe if there was a plan that we could stand behind that we could all trust. What's going on, Dwight? What's going on? Thanks for pulling up. Appreciate you. D, what's going on? What's going on? Appreciate you. What's going on, big baby? What's going on? So this team has pretty much been what this team has been. Like, so as far as like, I see Big Bad asking if I'm concerned. I mean, I haven't had expectations for this team. So concern would come with expectation. So I knew rather quickly. So there's some people, shout out to my brother, shout out to Reggie, man. Shout out to Reggie and shout out to Mies. These 2 dudes are probably the fastest I ever saw someone give up on a head coach, like 3 games into last season's preseason. Now, I wasn't that quick, but I didn't have much faith in the team last year because of Russ. And then the dynamic. When they made the change, and then you just see the energy they're committing. Like eventually this team is going to run out of gas. They're going to get gas. Like you could see that coming. Like it's just too much for a team to overcome. But then rather quickly this year, like they didn't start off great. They made a change after the 8th or 9th game. They changed the starting lineup. They started figuring things out. And there was a good 15-game stretch where their defense was incredible. They were playing the best defense in the league. Everything looked great. And then it just fell off a cliff as soon as the in-season tournament happened. And ever since then, I really haven't had any really confidence in this team, any real belief, really any expectation. So there's really no level of concern at that point because when I'm seeing it, I'm already seeing for what they are. Concern would be like if we're a team that's up that's up 2-0 in a playoff series and you go up and you get 2 wins on the road and then you come home and lose both at home. Now that's concerning. A team that isn't giving any effort, isn't playing any defense, can't guard the 3, can't shoot the 3, and all these things. That's just who they are. So I'm not really concerned because I haven't had faith in them for a while. Like when I look at this team, I don't see a team that's a contender. I haven't seen a contending team since I labeled them a contending team to start the season. And it's just, I see a lot of people. I see Dennis in the chat. I see, and I agree. Like I see a bunch of people that a lot of players that they wanted gone. Like y'all put Kuz through hell. Y'all put Dennis through hell. You put these guys through hell, and everybody wants them back. This is what I'm talking about. It's the same thing. We run him out of town, and don't act like everyone loved KCP when he was sent out of here either. People were bashing him left and right. Now they want him back. It's a crazy situation. It's a crazy scenario. But I understand it. Like I said, Laker fans extremely passionate. Laker fans extremely prideful. And Laker fans are extremely impatient. And you mix that up with an organization that's probably a little bit too patient. Probably a little too patient with their head coach. Now, as far as the roster goes, like I think people are just unrealistic sitting around thinking like the Lakers can just wake up tomorrow and decide to make a trade. It's not up to the Lakers. The Lakers at this point, because the value of their players have decreased, the Lakers are out here begging for teams and like, we'll call you, dog. we'll holler. We'll call you. So anyone who's thinking like the Lakers are taking too long to make a trade, well, I don't know what world y'all living in. But there's no one sitting back here coming up here ready to save this team. No one's over here willing to take back this stuff that we have. No one is. So anyone who's thinking, why haven't the Lakers made a trade? This is unacceptable. What trade? If you're Atlanta, do you want these players right now? I understand D'Lo has played great. I love the way D'Lo's been playing. I'm not anti-D'Lo. But you have to move someone to get someone. You have to move money to get money. Import, export, baby. Like, is what you got to do. You got to move money to get money because the Lakers are over the cap. They're over the luxury tax. They are hard cap, but they haven't reached that floor yet. So you have to move money to get money. So even if you don't want to move D'Lo or don't want to move Austin or don't want to move Rui, then who the heck are you moving? Yeah, you can send out Gabe and Prince and some filler, but you come in with a pick, JHS, and a swap, even if it's not even for a top-tier player. So it is a it is a whole big thing, man. It's a whole big. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. 1 second. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna call a little reinforcement here. Give me 1 second here. But I've been telling y'all for the longest. That ATL was not about to just give us DeJounte Murray out of the kindness of their dang hearts. Wasn't going to happen. Oh, you a hater. You don't know basketball. I know business. 1 second here. All right, sorry about that. I just sent out a link here real quick. So, in what world is the Atlanta Hawks going to sit there and just give us DeJounte Murray? Just give him to us. It's why the Lakers turned their attention to Bruce Brown, because they felt he was more gettable. But the Lakers, from what I'm told, don't want to give up a first-round pick for him, especially when currently no one else is offering it. So they're sitting back again, waiting and hoping that Toronto's like, okay, we'll take 2 seconds for Bruce Brown. The Lakers have to hope that they'll take 2 seconds for Bruce Brown. That's where they're at right now. So that offer for DeJounte Murray has been there for weeks. Atlanta's like, like we'll like I said, we'll holler. Like, we'll get at you. Atlanta, it would be foolish of Atlanta to jump on that trade right now. It's in their best interest to wait it out and see who hits them up with a potentially better offer. If not, they're going to wait till the summer. Because in your heart of hearts, you saw DeJounte Murray play today. What always killed me, and shout out to Dan, the Laker fan, man. Shout out to Dan, man. He was mentioning about how the people that did not want Murray. Now, I've questioned whether, like, okay, is he going to save the season, which obviously he's not going to. But I would love to have DeJounte Murray on this team. I love the way he plays basketball. I love DeJounte Murray's game. I really, really do. But if we're being honest with ourselves, he's not a savior. He's not a savior. Let me go in and I'm gonna get my guy in here real quick. What's going on, Mr. LOE in the building? What's going on, my brother? How you doing? How you doing outside of this victory that we saw tonight, man?
Man, this is rough, bro. This is rough.
My voice is I've been ranting for like 40 minutes here.
Yeah, I feel it, man. I think you're speaking the true sentiments of what's real, the real Lakers nation.
Yeah, it's because it just is what it is.
Right. And this is what you get, man. This is what you get when you got LeBron James. We kind of knew this coming in. We've seen it. You got to flip the roster. You got to do everything to try to stay competitive. You can't build for the future. You can't develop guys. You got to give up your picks. And I want to be on the right side of this thing. Every other organization, they got left behind. LeBron left them. No, Lakers, we're the fucking Los Angeles Lakers.
Yep.
He can't leave us. We got to do what we got to do for our fucking franchise, and we got to get ahead of this thing. We can't be left on the back end of this. So Jeannie, I know your feet, but grow the fucking balls and do what we need to do. Do what we need to do. And that's no shade to LeBron. I love LeBron. LeBron is great. He's one of the greatest of all time. He gave us a championship. LeBron is fine by me. I was a LeBron fan before he came, and now I respect him a lot more. But, what's the name of my channel? What's the name of the brand? You see the name.
Oh, we see it. For those who are listening, can't see it. Go and say it with your chest, Lo.
It's Lakers over everything. So that being said, the organization comes first. And again, that's no shade to LeBron. There's no shade to his fans or any of that, man. It is what it is. But I agree with you 1,000%, man. It's time to move forward. Again, we can't be left in the dark, with our pants down when he decides to do whatever he's going to do.
Yeah. And that's exactly what it is. You got to act as if, right? You got to prepare yourself. And like I said, I'm okay with a Murray trade. I'm even okay with them giving up a pick in a Murray trade if there's a plan of what to do with those other 2 picks in the summer, right? Like if okay, we can get this guy for 1 pick. We can get this other guy for a pick, this other guy for a pick, or this guy takes 2 picks, this guy is 1 pick. Like, what is the plan? Like, do they have the plan? And that's what I'm worried about. I don't believe they have a plan of what's next. Not necessarily just, okay, after LeBron, because even if LeBron opts in, you still have guys you can move. You still have money you can move. So like I said, like there's gonna have to come a time where if you move D'Lo this year or you don't move D'Lo this year, and like I said, all of a sudden D'Lo has the most terrifying player option in history. D'Lo's player option has become like LeBron James 2010. Everyone is so terrified of his player option, of opting out, which is blowing my mind right now. Who is offering D'Lo 4 years, $100 million, Lo?
Right.
Who's offering him that? So even if he does opt out, what if he plays one we can't afford him? Who is offering D'Lo 4 years, $100 million if he opts out?
Right.
So what's the worry? So let me ask you this because I'm here now. I'm here now at this point because I'm talking like this might be the end because I'm there now, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm ready to move Austin.
Oh damn!
I'm ready because I have a feeling you have to blow it up anyways.
Right.
So if you could get if you could get Murray,
right,
keep D'Lo. Mm-hmm. I think I'm there.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. Now Murray, again, you trade for Murray. It's not to save the season now.
No,
you're not doing that for now. You're doing it to build around the future. And he's a great point guard to build around, right? That's a great young piece to build around. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I'm with you. I'm doing that. And then, like you said, you'll have what two more you'll have 2 more draft picks to work with in the summer. You got AD if you want to go all in. You got AD to move. Let LeBron do whatever he's doing. You're not going to trade LeBron, so whatever. But AD, that's your asset. And then if you trade AD, then LeBron is probably out. So you got to decide. I mean, Jeannie, she has to decide what it is, what we're doing in the future. Like, what is the plan? Like, what are we doing? Because the standard for Lakers basketball is being lowered, man. It's being lowered and lower and lower from all across the board. Our standards just making the play. We've been a mediocre team for the past 3-4 years. Well, since after the championship, 2021 it was what it was, right? But 2022, 2023, and now we're back here again. It's been mediocrity, man, from the coach to the play-in, now all the way to the fucking IST tournament. That's where we decided to compete, in the fucking IST tournament. That's mediocrity, man. We're going down. Down.
Yeah, this is man, this is you saw what Kurt said that the Genie is J Moore over everything.
Oh yeah, Genie ain't worried about it. She on her honeymoon phase. She like
but again, so I think you understand when I say this, because I truly believe this. Genie was never, and I've said this a number of times over the last handful of games. I've said that Genie was never intended for Genie to run this side of basketball. It never was intended. She was supposed to run, and I think you'll agree with me on this, because correct me if I'm wrong. She is one of the best at running the brand of the Lakers, like the money side, the business, away from the actual sports, the branding, just the overall business of the brand of the Lakers. She's great at it. That's her role.
Right.
That's what the late great Dr. Buss envisioned for her. That's what she wanted for her. The thing is, he wanted it to be Jim, his son, which I understand. The man wanted his son to carry on the father's legacy. I understand that, but I've told you the story about we both come from a similar background of truck driving, right? So my family knew very quickly that the boy didn't have it. I did not have it. I did not have their gift. God bless all the truck drivers. Appreciate your sacrifice. Salute to y'all, man. Dawn's in the chat. Shout out to you. I saw Angel in here earlier. Shout out to you guys. They knew very quickly I didn't have it.
Right.
So there's no way in hell my family would have handed that to me because I'm going to destroy their legacy. You know what I mean? Right. Sometimes you want the legacy to be handed on so much. Sometimes the legacy is just about taking care of them. You get what I'm saying? Just take care of them. Put someone in here who's going to keep this brand grade A, top notch, and your family will be forever provided for.
Right.
They're still cashing those checks left and right, but someone needs to steer that ship.
Right. Yeah.
So they put Jim there and Mitch, which I don't have a lot of shade towards Mitch. I don't know how much that was his fault. I felt there was a lot of times where Mitch was a really good GM in his tenure. Right. So I'm not bashing Jim. And John Black was the best in the business, but he just hitched themselves to them. He picked a side. So he had to go when the house burned down. John Black. Did I say Jim Black? John Black. So what happens now is that whole spat with the brother, Jim, Mitch, John Black, all them go. Magic, Pelinka come in, and now Magic is supposed to be what Jim wasn't. Now he's the face of the franchise. He's the guy that can get that top free agent, a la LeBron James. He's the guy that can bring back relevancy. But let's be real. In the end, like it's magical. Basically, it's like, okay, did my job. I'm done. Right? Like I did what I came here to do. He did his thing, and obviously stuff behind the scenes. You know what I mean? And so when Magic left, because I think it probably would have been unrealistic to expect a man of Magic Johnson's caliber to have to go in there every day to work like that, right? And do that job for 10 years. I think that'd be unrealistic. The man has businesses everywhere. He's got so many other things to do on his plate. He's Magic Johnson. He's not a he's Magic Johnson. You know what I mean? Like he wasn't gonna be there forever.
He ain't doing on Monday through Friday, 9 to 5.
You Magic Johnson's Enterprises, whatever. He's Magic Johnson. Like he's not gonna go in and work for someone 7 days a week.
Right.
It's not what he's gonna do, right? But the problem I will say is that when Magic stepped away, they didn't fill that void. Now I don't know, I don't want to use the word got burned twice. I don't want to label that because I don't necessarily think Magic burned her. I don't know about her brother. That's just a sibling rivalry thing that happened. That's not uncommon. I think the problem here is, I think because she went over two, the first one she didn't pick. She inherited her brother in that role from her dad. And I think she held on to it longer than she should have because of her dad, because she knows that's what he wanted. And I had to kill her to do that because she wasn't just doing it to her brother. At some point, she was going against her father's wishes, right?
Right.
So when Magic dipped, like the fact that there's been no one plugged into that hole, that's the problem.
Yeah. Yeah. And yeah, I mean, and she had opportunities. Like you said, stop being cheap. Oh, really fast. You got a super chat there.
Oh, my bad. My bad, guys. I'm sorry. Ozzy, I got you, man. Appreciate you, man. Sorry about that. My puppy was taking off with something. I was over there watching him, making sure he didn't take off with some of my equipment here. Ozzy says, should Rob Pelinka go after this season? Appreciate you, Ozzy, for the super chat here, man. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for being a supporter and most importantly, spending your time, but obviously super chat as well. Appreciate you. And I'm going to say no. Lo, what do you think? I think Jeannie is kind of, I think she's more committed to him than almost anyone in the organization.
Right. Yeah. You kind of have to be. You kind of have to be at this point. Like you said, stop being cheap. Go get a coach. Well, stop being cheap and go get you a real president, a face of the franchise, president of basketball operations. Yep. And it's unfortunate, the stuff with the brothers, all that stuff, but we're far removed from that. Like that's not an excuse anymore. It happened. She rebounded from it, and now we got to move forward. So she had an opportunity to do. She could have went out and she could have gave Masai Majuri blank check, right? Or Bob Myers, right? Up there in the Bay. Now, at the time, they were still winning. But come on, man. It's the Lakers. Like, come on. It's the Lakers. Your father passed away. We're trying to move into this new era of Lakers basketball. You got to go out and do something big like that, something major like that, right? And a few others, right? And she didn't do that. And I mean, I don't know. Maybe she didn't know which direction to go. I don't know. I mean, we do know Rob Pelinka's history with the late great Kobe, right? So maybe that's where she put all her trust in that, you know. So
I want to touch on that too. I want to touch on that too, because I think that makes it even harder for her to get rid of him.
Right. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. He's kind of, I think he's kind of solidified here. You know, and Rob's shown that he can get the job done, you know, but I always said this too. You know, when Rob came, I was like, we're not really going to see what Rob is fully capable of, and you know, until the post LeBron era. You know, you're just not. You know, you got to consult with him and all the moves you're making, right? You and not saying that Rob has yielded to everything LeBron has done, because if that was the case, he would have hired Tyson, you know, and a few other things, right? Mm-hmm. So Rob has held his own, but still, I don't think you're going to fully see, you know, the greatness that is Rob until, you know,
until he's out of the building.
Right, until they're gone, you know. Yeah. So it's a tough situation for Rob, because, you know, you look at all the superstars in the league, they're all clutch. So you got to have that relationship. And then you, of course, you got the biggest, you know, guy, the biggest superstar on clutch, and the damn owner of clutch, right, on your team. So it's a partner. It's been a partnership the whole time. But
yeah, it absolutely has. And a fruitful one. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, I mean, we won a championship. You won the championship. So it worked. So I don't see, there's nothing to be sad about. It worked. It worked. Okay, it's only one, but still, you know, 28 other teams, 27 other teams, whatever, 26. They didn't get one during this period. So it worked. It was successful. So, but I just think, you know, you're correct. You know, it's coming down to the end, man. And it's time to,
it's coming. It's coming to the end. And the thing with what I'm saying is I'm not as down on Rob as some people are, because for the same things you just said, I don't know what he's been able to truly do on his own. I look at it like this: Kobe was a stone cold killer, didn't trust a lot of guys. Right. Not only did he trust Rob, but he made him the godfather of Gigi. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if he was good enough for Kobe, and Kobe trusted him with his business, he's gonna have my trust for a bit. He's gonna just for the standpoint of not only did Kobe stand on that as an agent for him, but he recommended him to Jeannie. Kobe doesn't make a recommendation to Jeannie just to help out a friend. That's not what he was doing. Like, he believed he can do the job. So outside of that, that doesn't mean that Kobe was right. First of all, doesn't mean that. So I want to be clear on that. However, it also means that, like I said, outside of there's been some things that were like, there was Magic there, and how much did he have while Magic was there? Then it became his show. When it became his show, they won a chip, right? He got Anthony Davis. Magic Johnson did not get Anthony Davis. That was on Pelinka's watch. Magic was gone already.
Right.
So Magic got LeBron, who then got AD and clutch and all that. So, you know, all basically Rob had to do was not F it up, right? Right. But he got it done. It still got done on his watch.
On his watch, yeah.
That's a fact. It got done on his watch. They won a championship on his watch.
Right.
They were potentially well on their way to repeating while on his watch, when the team fell apart because of the bubble tax and the injuries. Mm-hmm. But then a stain on his watch was that Russ trade. Now, whether he was pressured, whether he was pushed, whatever it may be, he still did it. It was on his watch. So if we're going to give him the good things on his watch, we have to put the bad things on his watch.
Right.
And I feel like he's been trying to kind of regather that fumble. He's been chasing that down ever since. And this summer, I thought he did it. I thought he did it. Most everyone did. And the fact I got to sit up here and punk ass Tim Bontemps was probably right. God, that felt like throwing up in my mouth just saying that. but hey, got to keep it a buck here, right?
All right.
I did not foresee this roster. And the thing is, I'm not even pissed about it. Like, I'm not sitting over here like breaking things, throwing tantrums. I see Big Baby over here trolling me. Hold on 1 second, Big Baby. Let me get you here. Where you at? I saw you. Hold up. Because Big Baby always tells me the things. I'm like, I'm not really concerned yet, because I haven't been expecting much. So he's like, "Are you concerned yet, Jeff? You sound pretty pissed." Big Baby up here trolling. I'm trying to find his comment here so I can get him, but I lost it here. I saw you, Big Baby. Shout out to you, Big Baby. I saw that. There we go. There we go. Big Baby says, are you concerned, Jeff, about the Lakers? You seem very. Oh, he said poised. Okay, I thought he said pissed. I thought he was trolling. My bad. I read that wrong, Big Baby. I don't know if you're being sarcastic or what it is here. My bad. For some reason, I thought you said pissed because I'm not really pissed. Like my thing is, like if you've ever ran a company or if you've ever like managed a company, at least you know when you're okay. This is just it's time. It's time. I did all I could, man. I helped. I tried. Get your resumes ready. I'm gonna help you figure it out. I'm gonna help you. I'll give you every recommendation in the world. I'm gonna help you. But this is borrowed time. Like this isn't gonna work. And I think the Lakers need to start having those. I think they need to start having those conversations. Lakers all day dope. What's on, my guy? I see you. And it's not about I never believed that Ham was an issue. I still say this. I still stand on this. He is not the only issue. And that's why I'm saying that in my heart of hearts, I'm sitting back hoping that they dismiss him just so we have a chance to see the player that he could be like, see, it wasn't just me. Or the players would be like, okay, see, it was him. You know what I'm saying? Like, right. That's why I don't campaign for anyone to be fired. And in his case, it's not like his family is going to lose anything. He's going to get all his money. You know what I mean?
Right.
But a separation from the team, I think, is warranted at this point because this is internal bleeding, Lo, at this point. There's no coming back for him.
Yeah.
There's no coming back for him. Because let's just say that if the basketball gods bestowed upon us the greatest gift in the world, and this team went on, and I do not believe this is going to happen, but this team went on to win an NBA championship. They're going to say that they won it in spite of him. That even having to deal with him, he's going to get no credit for it. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
He doesn't even get credit for getting them to the Western Conference Finals in his rookie year. He don't get credit for that. But because he's done so much that deserves backlash and criticism, that he's just in so much debt with that any credit he gets, it just eats into the debt. You know what I mean? So he got like a sub 300 debt score here, man. So my thing is like at this point, it's better to have no credit than that credit, right? So
right.
Yeah. So my thing with Darvin is if it's reached a point where the internal bleeding is so bad, you can't save it. There's no coming back from it. No matter what, even if you kept on the full 4 years, do you really is this the guy that you want to hear this about for the next 2.5 years? Is he the guy that you're really going to stand next to like that just to save the money? Is my question. And like I said, I do not put this 100% on Darvin. I do not. I've been very vocal about that. The players need to be held accountable for this too. They're going to pay. They need to pay the piper for this too. You know what I mean?
Right.
But part of me wants to see what this team looks like with him not there. Part of me wants to see that. Yeah. And while I believe that not much would change, you get that initial like that blowout win. Oh, we told you it was him, and then everything just kind of tapers down. Right? We've seen how many times have we seen that? Oh, see, it was him, and then all of a sudden they go back to being their same sorry asses like 2 games later.
Right.
So it's like at some point, like I want to see that because not that like I think separating him from a team that this team is broken, disconnected, making some type of change to show that there's a pulse here of thinking of not letting this continue is probably warranted. I'm very interested to see how this team would react if they did dismiss him.
Right. I think they totally checked out. I think I said a couple of weeks ago they checked out, but now they've totally checked out. I don't think there's any question about that. You see the way LeBron's looking at him on the sideline. You see Christian Wood text him before the game, and then comes out and lies about it, right? So at this point, it's kind of inevitable. You absolutely have to let him go, because they're just not going to play for him. And we've seen. A LeBron and AD team do this before. They did this, and they just did this with Vogel. They checked out on Vogel.
Yep.
So, I mean, come on.
And Bron did it. And Bron did it with Luke Walton.
Right, right. So we've seen it. And it's bad because again, here we are back at the trade deadline, and the Lakers could be sitting 5 games under 500, man. Depending on how things go the rest of this road trip, which I don't see it going good. That's back-to-back years. And last year, Rob came in, and Rob saved the day, right? He went out and did the impossible. Everybody said we wouldn't be able to move that. We would have to attach, more to it, give up all our picks, all that. He went out and did what he did just for us to fast forward and be right back in the same situation a year later. So, I mean, at some point, you got to put some of that on the coach, right? I don't believe you could just fire coach. I think you got to make other steps prior, to doing so, right? You hire people. You don't just go out and just fire somebody. You got to have a replacement
lined up. Yeah, you got to have a replacement lined up because you don't want to do the work.
Right. There's
like, that. Rob ain't coming down to coach the team.
Right. But then also you keep a track record of what's, of that person. You build up a case. So when you do fire him, it's just cause, right?
Yeah.
Same thing, Rob, and I think Rob did that. He went out and saved this team, by doing the moves he did last year, 1 calendar year ago. And again, we're back in the situation. So again, you got to look at it like, okay, this has to be one of the issues, the coach. So we got to make a move. We got to make a change there. And like I said, I think he's totally lost the locker room, so.
Yeah, at this point, like there was earlier, I was waiting for kind of like, it looked like there was, okay, I don't always trust the first initial responses, the first initial reports, because like I said, I've got my own people, you know what I mean? And not just that, but typically you can read through a lot of different stuff, and the things that happened there, pretty much you could tell who that was coming from if you paid attention, right? That didn't lead to the entire locker room. But here's the thing, what happens is when you give the players an excuse and an out and a scapegoat, when you give them a built-in scapegoat, they're going to use it eventually.
Oh, yeah.
They're going to use it. So if they're already thinking, okay, even let's say like before, let's say for the sake of argument, and I'm not saying this is one way or another. Let's just say from the sake of argument that when that article came out, that he hadn't fully lost the locker room yet. Let's say he had lost D'Lo. Let's say he had lost Austin. Let's say he had lost some of the bench guys because of the way he's been overplaying Taurean Prince. Let's say that's fair, right?
Right.
But the guys that he hadn't lost yet, at their first sign of frustration, they were just going to fall back on that scapegoat.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like it made it too easy for them. So it's like, it just made it too easy. So then it gets to a point, and that's what I'm saying. Where they are now, there's almost like nothing that can come back from it, because no matter what they do, it's not going to solve the problem. And I want to do a quick announcement here. Where I got everyone in the building. So just give me 1 second here, guys. So like if you know, there's a lot of very good talent and great content creators that are making their way over to playback.tv. Oh, that we got, you got Lakers Nation. You got the great Dan, the Lakers fan. You got Lakers Fast Break. You got Lakers in 5. You got Legend of Winning. You got a lot of people making their way over there to Playback TV to be calling live games over there, man. So eventually they was gonna come get your boy, man. Eventually we was gonna line this up, man. So I'd like to proudly announce, man, that Empire Jeff TV will be live streaming games on Playback TV, and I am now officially a Playback.tv creator. Over there, my brother Dan, the Laker fan. He's got his show. I've got mine. So I'm sure we'll do some together. But it's the same platform that Dan has been on. You guys have seen me on Playback before on We Talk Mavs, Lakers Fast Break. I've been on multiple shows over there. I just hadn't yet to launch my own because I wasn't a creator yet. Now I am. And I'll be over there. My first game will be Thursday against the Boston Celtics. All right. So Thursday night against the Boston Celtics will be my first game over there. So pull up. All right. Make sure to pull up over there. I'm going to drop the link in the chat here. So go ahead and get over there to playback.tv. So there's the link in the chat there, search. So go ahead and make note of that there. Playback.tv/Empire Jeff TV. And I got some VIP passes for y'all, man. I got some VIP passes over there. So if you don't have a league pass, you can watch games with me. I've got enough to go around to hand out from anywhere. I think I've got 20 of them. So you pull up. If you don't, even if it's a game that's not streamed on League Pass, we're not affected by blackouts with my passes or Dan's. So you pull up over there to playback.tv/Empire Jeff TV. Thursday night, Celtics versus Lakers. And I got you guys over there, man. I got 20 passes to hand out every night that I'm doing games. 20 passes to hand out over there, man. My brother Search is over there already a moderator VIP. And my brother Lowe's already over there with a VIP set up already, man. So go ahead and pull up Empire Jeff TV on Playback Thursday night. And I'm happy to call these games. I'll still be doing some PSF games. Just kind of expanding the portfolio here, kind of bouncing around. YouTube's still going to be my top one, my main one. But now Playback TV gonna be over there as well. I've loved the platform. I've loved it since last summer. They've kind of worked out a lot of the kinks in it. And now I'm able to go over there and do my thing and call games over there. I got a lot of things lined up for Playback. I'm gonna bring some different stuff to the table over there. So appreciate you guys. Head on over to playback.tv and support Empire Jeff TV over there, man. All right, appreciate you. I had to get that out real quick there.
Yeah, let me say congratulations, man. I'm super pumped, super excited for you. Super excited about it, man. The work you've been putting in has been absolute. I think I speak for everyone in the chat. It's been bar none A1, man. Absolutely amazing. And I'm just pumped, man. And this is one of the bright spots of the season. Everything else is frustrating, but
I appreciate you.
to be on the Empire Jeff TV show and now see you on playback, got to watch you on PSF and all that stuff, man. That's amazing, and I'm loving it, man. And keep doing what you're doing, man.
I appreciate you, man. I'm excited, man, because I can't when they add MLB low, it's about to be on and popping.
Oh yeah.
So I may have a Dodger announcement coming in the coming weeks that I think people on the channel will be very interested in and excited about. Not anything on the field as far as player wise or trades or transactions, but some stuff that's going to help contribute to the channel, some giveaway stuff, and some exciting news from the channel. I'm telling you, this year, this channel's going to grow out into something special. I feel it. The pace you guys are contributing to this channel is incredible. Thank you guys so much. But yeah, Lakers All Day Dope. There is an app for playback.tv. So go ahead, you guys. Like I said, I'll be pulling people up to watch the games with me. You get to see it live with me. So when we're on YouTube and we're watching the games, everyone's watching a different stream and it's kind of not aligned the same. Well, on Playback TV, we're all watching the same screen. So we get to react in real time with everyone up there. So playback.tv. Cool. So Playback, you can get an app in the App Store and Android as well as on the web. So make sure catch me there Thursday night. But yeah, man, appreciate it, man. Definitely gonna have you up there. You know that for sure. That's gonna be a fun one. But the Boston one, once that lined up, I'm like, I have to absolutely do that. And yeah, I'll and then you're definitely have to deal with the puppy on there too, man. He's wild. So like, speaking of that, here he comes. He was like, but man, so appreciate you. And yeah, definitely, I do have the greatest mod in the game here. Well, I'm lucky to have him. I don't know if I have Serge. He supports. He's here. He's part of the team. He's not like he's got my back. You know what I mean? So I definitely have him from that perspective. But I know Serge has plenty of places he could be, and he still chooses to show up here and support. So that's my brother, and I greatly appreciate my brother Serge here, man. Yeah, Lowe does have a channel. So Lowe is Lakers over everything on YouTube. He's on the PSF app. And then Serge, can you drop Lowe's channel in the description? You probably already have before. Lowe's a certified body bag, and when I tell you, man, this man's knowledge and he holds back. Like his resume is solid, and it's only building. He's incredible, man. This man holds down the exclusive Lakers post game on the Bleacher Report, y'all. Like I said, man, I want to be Lowe when I grow up, man. And when Lowe wins, we all win. You know what I'm saying? So Lowe is an incredible talent for those who haven't checked him out already, which I find it odd if you haven't heard him already, because he's a big part of the Laker community. But if not, make sure to head on over to LOE, Lakers Over Everything. Make sure to go over to that Bleacher Report app, man. Get your credentials right. Be ready to log in when Lowe does his next post game. PSF app, Empire Jeff TV, as well as his own channel here on YouTube, and Playback TV. He'll be on with me basically whenever he wants. So definitely excited to grow that out, and definitely like make sure to follow Lowe, man. He is A1, bar none A1, man. Stand up dude, stand up talent. And when you got those two, you can't lose, right? So shout out to Lowe. Make sure to go give him a follow, man.
Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you.
No doubt. But back to the nonsense now. now that we got that out the way, I just was like, man, I think this is the most I've ever had on my most on my show ever, man. I think we got up to almost 200 tonight. So man, shout out to y'all, man. Shout out to you guys.
I saw it, man. Get used to this, man. Get used to it.
Shout out to you guys, man. So so my thing is this. I'm of the opinion now that there's no trade that can save this team. Are you there, or do you think that Rob can pull a miracle out here and maybe we can scare some people?
It's crazy because I think you asked us yesterday, last night, and I said I think the only thing is like if you do the combo, which you've been speaking of, give me. Let
me throw that up here.
Bruce
let me throw up the pipe dream here. Let me throw this up
here. Yeah. Bruce Brown and DJ DeJounte Murray, rather. Speaking of DJ, man, you saw that fourth quarter yet?
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
Then he was looking at the bench talking to him. I'm like, okay, we see you.
Come get me.
Right.
Come with me.
and then him and D'Lo had a conversation after the game. I would have loved to be a fly on that wall, man. See what they was talking about.
Yeah. He's like, where's a good place to live around here, bro? Like you ain't coming over here, man. They ain't coming to get you, man. What's going on here? You know, be in the ATL, man. What are you doing out here, man? Like,
he was like, y'all just want to do a house swap? What y'all want to do? You don't gotta. I'll take yours. You take mine, man.
Who's your property management company, man?
right. But I see a lot of people saying, shout out to Mees, man. He's been preaching this. A trade ain't gonna do nothing when you still got the guy, pockets over there on the sideline calling the X's and O's.
Hand pockets.
I think that the Lakers. I honestly think if they do make a trade, then they gotta do something with the coach too. I think they're gonna have to relieve him of his duties. And then it's like the question of, okay, so who's gonna, who do you put in that position? Will it be Phil Handy? And if you're doing that, that's kind of like LeBron, right? LeBron's gonna run the show if you're doing that.
Yeah.
So with Ham, I don't know, but there's still that you still got that in your back pocket, that hope. We've seen it last year, right? You made the trades and things changed. Now I don't know how much of that was Darvin, or if it was just the guys coming together. Sometimes when you do something, things just get stale, and sometimes when you you make a move like that, it just brings that energy and it brings everybody together. So I'm still in favor of doing a trade. I don't think you can just sit and do nothing. And I like the hope. I like to be optimistic that it can, a trade can, salvage the season somewhat. Because I still believe if you get LeBron in a 7-game series and you get AD the way he's playing, if you just get there, you have a shot, against anybody, in my opinion. I mean, now you may not be the favorites, but you got a shot, So So I'm gonna hold on to the hope for now and say
I'm gonna keep on keeping on for now.
Right. But it's slowly dwindling, man. These are 2 horrible losses, man. 2 really bad losses.
Unexcusable losses.
Right.
Unexcusable losses. And for those filleting me in the chat here about Dennis for Rui, that's not just a one trade. That's for all of this to come together. So this would be if they got Murray, if they got Brown, and then you would get Schroeder and Sadiq Bey. So this isn't just do one of these 3 trades. This would be if they were able to pull off all 3 of these trades, which I know is a pipe dream and I know it's a Hail Mary, but I'm not saying just trade Rui for Dennis straight up and that's the only move you make. That's not what I'm saying. This is all in conjunction with each other. Like these are 3 moves I want to see made in collection. And the reason I have 2 Toronto deals here is because Bruce Brown cannot be traded out of Toronto with other Toronto Raptors. If you want to make a move for other Raptor players, it has to be in a separate deal. So that's why I have, but really 1 and 3 go together. It would be, if it was a normal scenario, it would be 1 trade, but because Bruce Brown cannot be traded with other players, it has to be 2. So I wanted to explain that though. People think I'm nuts. I'm not just thinking just swap Rui for Dennis and that's it. Like, no, this would be a collection of moves that tie in together with each other.
Right. Now that if you're able to pull this off, I like that a lot, man.
I do too.
It really does change. It gives this team an identity. We don't have an identity, man. Nope. We really don't. What are we? Like one night we want to, be Golden State and rely on making a one player making 8 to 10 threes. Another night, we want to get out and do what we do best is run in transition, right? But to do that, you got to play defense. That's where our identity needs to be. But you got the player. Look at the guys you got on the court. Look at your starting backcourt. How you gonna be a defensive team? With that backcourt. So what is this team's identity? And this, I believe, this move definitely gives you an identity, man. You're gonna be a defensive juggernaut with these guys, with Murray, and even if his defense doesn't get back to that second team level, right? Paired with Bruce Brown. You're going to be one of the top, defensive teams in the league, backcourt wise. And then you pair that with AD, you pair that with Vando. Like, come on, man. That's tough right there.
Yeah. I mean, that's just what it is. And can you think for any reason why the Lakers aren't use anything that the analytics point to we have an advantage in?
Bro,
They're doing the opposite of what everyone else overplays analytics. And the Lakers. Now I believe this, and I've pretty much confirmed this on a couple of different levels, not just with the Lakers. But not only am I convinced of this, I've confirmed this. Teams use analytics to lose. When you're a tanking team or when you're intentionally trying to avoid a matchup in the playoffs, teams use analytics to lose too. A lot of people don't know this.
True.
But they do.
True.
So my thing is, now I'm not saying the Lakers are doing this. They're just not using them at all, it looks like. Because when you look at these lineups, it just doesn't make any sense as to why they wouldn't go. But now that Vando's healthy, I get why they didn't do it when he was unhealthy, but he's playing the best ball of the season for him.
Right.
He's actually, a guy that's been proven on a couple of occasions to get 10 points.
Right.
And along with his defense and his rebounding. Why would you not want to take advantage of that run that he's on at the same time that D'Lo's on his run?
Right. Makes no sense.
That's what I struggle with.
Right.
And if you don't do that, then Max Christie, like the lineup of Max Christie in there is the two.
Right. And then it speaks for itself because Austin played the best basketball he did this year as a sixth man. We were all screaming sixth man of the year.
Yep.
So you got that there. You saw that part of it worked. So why not go ahead and make the change? And Austin, I think Austin is fine in that role. Like he's not the type, who's going to have, an attitude or whatever about it. And then he thrived in the role. And you don't have a backup point guard. You have no Gabe Vincent, right? So all signs lead to doing that. Playing Max Christie, or I guess when you had Cam Reddish, maybe that's why. I don't know, but yeah, Vando. Just if not, then you got to play Vando. You're not doing either one of them. You're not playing Vando, and you're not playing someone else at the two where you get more defense. You're doing the total opposite. Like, come on, you're not even.
That's what I'm saying.
It makes no sense. Is it the IQ, the basketball IQ of the coach?
But you'd have to think at some point that the front office would be pushing this. Like there are a bunch of people up there at El Segundo that sit there and punch through data on a daily basis who know what that lineup should be. So my thing is like, why isn't this? I can't. The reason when it's low when I'm looking at this, I feel like I'm taking crazy pills. Shout out to Tommy Boy. Like pink chips, power lines as a kid, right? Like I don't understand. Like make it make sense to me, because it's one thing if you're inept. It's one thing if you don't have access to this data. But the fact is, like it is blatant. It's there. Yeah, it is there. Like I can't find a reason as to why it's not happening. Like
I'm looking at the replay right now. They're sitting there. I'm looking at the coaches. They got the papers in their hand, looking at the papers. Yes. What's on the fucking papers? What are they looking at?
Why? Like I can't wrap my mind around it. And that's where I was like, okay, Darvin, like if you wanted to put out a little fire, right? Like if you want to, I understand it's not a popularity contest, and that I agree with. Like the coach should not start people based off who the fans want. This I agree with. But this has nothing to do with what the fans want. This has something to do with what the numbers back up and what the eye test shows. In conjunction, it proves it. Just so happens that the fans actually happen to be right in this case, right? So the fact that every which way from Sunday points that one of these two lineups needs to be the way you go, and both of them are ones that we've had great success with, and including dating back to last year. So my thing is like, I can't outside of any realm of reality trying to understand how someone from upstairs is coming down and like, hey, you stupid MFs, like go look at your desk. There's a memo bolted to your desk. It's not gonna blow away when the AC, the clean lane isn't gonna take it off the desk. It's bolted there. That's the lineup moving forward. They did that with Walton. They did that with Vogel. Was it the condition of them getting Darvin Ham that he insisted with? Is it in his contract? I know they said that they were going to let him, but was it contractually stipulated? These are the things we need to know.
How did he get so much pull, man?
Clutch.
Did they give him the pull because they thought, clutch. But did they think that he was going to be another backdoor to Giannis or something?
I think so.
Before Giannis signed that extension, so they gave him all this freedom?
Really,
that's the only thing I can think of.
I've touched on that a few times. I really did, because Giannis has been very complimentary of him. He bigged him up. The Bucks players were talking about him in the offseason. And I really think that was a thing Low. I really, really no. I don't think. I pretty much know that was a thing.
It has to be, right? How else would a coach get so much pull? A rookie coach get so much pull? Like how?
And that, yeah, just pulling power. One clutch, I get that. But a 4-year deal. He's picking his staff. Clearly, he's picking the lineups. And so these are something that
you didn't go and get any assistant coaches really.
Nope, no one will apply pressure to him.
Right.
Like if you want to talk about a job that literally had the definition of job security when you got it, that was it.
Man.
There was no so much outside pressure because it doesn't appear to be any internal.
Right. But they couldn't give Ty Lue.
Because they weren't at that point offering anyone past 2 years.
Yeah, crazy. But then here he comes, you know.
Yeah, it just doesn't it doesn't make any sense. And shout out to Ontario, man. I see you, man. Appreciate you, man. He said, just stay pat at this point. He's like, he ain't with it now. He said, man, I'm so over this, Jeff. I can hear him. I can hear you with my hands on Ontario. I'm with you, Bridges. I'm with you. I think we all are. I'm gonna catch up on some of these chats real quick. Don't make moves, get someone in the offseason. I'm not hating that at this point. I don't want them to make a move just to make a move, right? It has to benefit them now and for the future to continue to. If you're gonna give up a first round pick and then just hope to get out of the first round with it, to me, it's not worth it. That's just me. To me, it's not worth it though. The papers they have clipped on the clipboard is all the options at the dinner table. That's hilarious. But it is, again, I'm with Jeff. I want more for the future, but not to salvage the season. Yeah. I mean, if you could do both, right? Like, then yeah, but I just don't see, I think my thing is this. I think what I'm worried about, Lo, is they make that trade for Murray. The Lakers don't improve leaps and bounds and everyone turns on Murray. You know what I'm saying? And that's a legit worry. Because, Laker fans are almost like infomercial buyers. They want that instant gratification, man. But wait, there's more. Murray got here, and now he averages 30 points a game. Buy now to get
he's going to shoot 45% from three.
Yeah. And then 3 weeks later, it's going to be, I could already, and then 3 weeks later, if Me's got his lip up at DeJounte Murray, and I'm like, I don't want my man Me's going through that.
Right. But do you think that Murray is worth the pick for the future? Like if we weren't in this situation and Murray, we're in the off season or whatever, change the situation and Murray's available, would you give him a pick for Murray? Not to save the season, not to do any of that, but just moving forward.
If in a move in just in a vacuum, in a move independent of anything else other than the talent, he's worthy of a first round pick.
First round pick, yeah. I mean,
he's worthy of probably two first round. Yeah, they gave up 3 and a swap.
Right.
So he's in a world he's probably worth at least 2. So right. To me the price is doing it to save this team. Now him and Zach LaVine couldn't be more opposite. You get what I'm saying? Like their situation couldn't be more opposite. If they traded for Zach LaVine, I may just pack a bag and go to like Joshua Tree and like just no one will see me for like if they get Zach LaVine, man, I may just grab a tent. You know what I mean? The Beagle. The terrorist puppy, and Empire Jeff TV may have to go on hiatus, man. I'll have to leave playback as soon as I joined it, man. But if that happens, I may just lose I may lose all sense of reality. But I don't think that's gonna happen. But like I said, those deals are so far apart in each other that LaVine would be a panic, make a move now, try to save the season because there's no way you look at LaVine and think this is a great idea for 4 more years. Like there's no way, right?
Yeah.
But DeJounte Murray. If like, okay, we've got AD, we've got Vando, we've got Rui. I'm saying if it's D'Lo in the picks, right? And then you're not doing anything crazy to try to salvage the season, but you're making this move now to get in front of people, the people that may offer more in the summertime. If Atlanta, I'm still of the mind that Atlanta's may not even do it. You know what I mean? Because
that part you just said, try to get them before the summer comes, before everybody else makes moves.
So this is kind of like where it's at. So if the Lakers can get him, I think they should. But outside of that, I'm still not convinced they're going to be able to, because like I said, my Atlanta might just be like, you know what? Like we're in no rush. He didn't demand a trade. right? They're looking to break it up because it's not working. So they're like, we're in no rush. He's over here. He's playing. Like, we've got him under contract. His extension doesn't kick in until next summer. So theoretically, mathematically, it may make more sense to do it next summer because if his number is bigger, you can get more back. So everything about the trade, it never made sense to me for Atlanta to make the trade this season, unless they just were stupid. You know what I mean? Like, which is possible. I don't know. I don't know if Landry Field gets a bad batch or something and does something stupid. I don't know. But what I'm saying is, from a perspective, it's not a really great move for the organization unless they really value that Laker pick that much.
Or if they value Reeves too. Like if the Lakers cave in and Reeves is what Atlanta wants and the Lakers throw in Reeves, if they value Reeves that much, then
I think the Lakers are playing everybody with that. I don't think the Lakers have him untouchable at all. I think they want to label him untouchable so his value goes up. And then at the last minute, be like, dun, 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 we'll give it to you.
Right.
Call their bluff and then get the deal done. But I think they want to stretch it out to see how far things will go and how far along in talks they can get. I think they want to get a general sense of what they'll take, what the value is. If they start warming up to that D'Lo deal, and they're like, okay, we'll throw in Austin, but the compensation outside of D'Lo is going to come down. You can't have JHS or pick and a pick swap if we give you Reeves. This is the guy you covet.
Right.
I still think it requires a pick of some sort. Maybe protected. Like Austin Reeves is not good enough to get you DeJounte Murray by himself.
No.
I don't think so.
No.
So it's still going to be something to sweeten the pot there. You're going to have to either be a pick, but I don't think it has to be Reeves, an unprotected first, JHS, and a pick swap. Whatever you think of JHS, whatever you think of him, I know. Just do me a favor. Can y'all confirm is Whitmore in the Hall of Fame yet? Because as of last night, he was in the Hall of Fame, bro. Everyone had that guy as a first ballot Hall of Famer. He's past LeBron and MJ as the GOAT. Like Whitmore was in the Hall of Fame last night. Just fast tracked. Hello, Laker Nation. But what I'm saying is that we in our heart of hearts, anyone who kind of we don't know what JHS is yet. We don't know. This isn't the team for a player like him to be able to develop or showcase anything. It's not. So we don't necessarily know what he is. Is he going to be great? Probably not. Is he a bust? I'm still not willing to go there yet. So on the sense of that alone, Austin, who's 25 years old and is coveted. I don't care what anyone says. If the Lakers made him available, the majority of the teams in the league would love him coming off their bench.
Facts.
Especially for that money. And his intelligent. He's a coach's dream. So many teams around the league would want him. So if it's Reeves, I'm not doing Reeves and unprotected first, JHS and a pick swap. Maybe what do you think is a fair trade if you're including Reeves?
I'm not doing I'm not giving the pick swap.
So you'll still do the first round pick.
I'll do the first round pick.
Okay, I would too. What about JHS?
I'm not gonna let them break the deal. If they, I would be reluctant to do so. But at the end of the day, at 11:59 on whatever the day of, I'd give them up.
I would too. So I'm with you, and I think I may have some light protection on the first. I would try that at least, like top 3, top 4, and see if they bite on that. If they say no, I'm not holding up the deal. But that's probably what I would go for. So for me, if it's Austin, JHS, and a first without a swap, I would try light protection. And if they said F off, then I'd say, no, we're good. Let's do this deal.
Right. I mean,
because I wouldn't mind a backcourt of D'Lo and
Murray, right? And you're getting the best player. You're getting the best player in the deal.
Yes.
And then he's great contract. He's young. And he checks off all the boxes that the Lakers have been saying that they've been wanting, right? They've been looking for a point guard, a playmaker, nice size on him, right? And everything else. He checks a lot of boxes.
Slasher,
yeah, all that, right? You can see he can close a bit. You saw that tonight. He showcased that tonight, right?
Yep.
He's the closer. So I'm not gonna let our guys, let our assets get in the way of getting the deal done. And like I said, it's not just for now; it's for the future. Like I said, I'm fine. more than fine. I'm ecstatic about building around, Murray as our guy, as our point guard or whatever. Having a backcourt of D'Lo and Murray.
I would
That's
actually love that.
exciting to me.
I would actually
It's
love
exciting
that.
to me.
And you know why?
Right.
The main reason I love it is because I think DeJounte, we've touched on this. DeJounte, and a lot of people have made this point. This is not just my own. So this isn't just coming out of my head that no one's thought about. But DeJounte also is probably struggling with that defense for playing alongside Trae Young in that Atlanta team, right? So I don't know necessarily playing alongside Reeves is going to improve his defense. And it may make his offense suffer some because he's going to have to overcompensate on defense in the perimeter.
Right.
So if you have D'Lo, and I've said this multiple times, someone was giving me hell for this last night because you say, "Oh, you're saying D'Lo, you're bashing him while complimenting him." No, both can be true at the same time. D'Lo has the physical attributes to make up for lost space that Austin Reeves doesn't have. I don't think people realize D'Lo's wingspan. It's
long.
He's longer than people think. So, which is why he's often able to get off that shot without him being fast, without it getting blocked.
Right.
At a high rate because he is long. All right. He doesn't jump that high. He's not a high flyer. And that's why when he does dunk on someone, it looks like, damn, he didn't even look like he jumped that high. He really didn't. He's long. Right. So that getting those long arms in passing lanes, getting deflections, or even making someone not want to throw it that way because they know his length is at least there. Maybe this is one out of the 10 times where he actually puts his damn arm out. Right. So with Austin, and so he can close the gap some when he gets burnt on the drive, he has a chance to make it up and at least get a block, where Austin, no chance.
Right.
He's got to get you low. He's got to try to strip the ball on the way up. Right. Is Austin's only real move, or to take a charge. So when it comes down to that, right? Austin does not have the physical ability to get back to a shooter when he has to back off them to try to take away the drive.
Right.
Which is why there's so many wide open threes. So if you have someone like D'Lo, whose length at least has to be accounted for,
he
doesn't
tough,
bring
man.
an extra effort. Because if you gave Austin's effort, if you gave Austin D'Lo's physical attributes,
right.
but that's not what's going to happen.
Right.
But DeJounte playing out there with someone like D'Lo, who at least has the length and that that physical ability, makes the backcourt more defensive centric.
That's a long backcourt, man. That's trouble. That's trouble there. And then too, another piece. You lose Austin. I know people don't want to see him go, but you got number 10 sitting there. Maybe he can fill that role. Fill that Austin role. I like him. I think he could with the minutes.
Yeah,
if he gets the minutes, I think he can develop into something. So.
He said Ham definitely wears a helmet every night before bed. I can't with some of these comments, man.
Wow. Yeah, it's insane. The stuff you see on Twitter.
Yeah, Tina says, what's up, Tina? Thanks for pulling up. And again, guys, I'm usually very heavy in the chat. I read every comment. I pride myself on that. Tonight just wasn't one of those nights. I appreciate you guys, though, for sticking around as normal, though. Murray wasn't that good. The Lakers were just bad. They don't play defense. All teams look good against the Lakers. Well, while true, but you could still, okay, so...
No.
The stat padding, the stat padding, I understand. Yeah, that's what I was going to get to. The stat padding, I understand, but the eye test still shows you the skill difference. It does, like you just said, the cross up of Vando. So there was a play. There was a play where he was coming up the left side, switched hands, hesitated, turned on the burst, got everyone to him, switched his hand, and threw a lob to Capella.
Yeah, that was early in the game. I remember that.
Yeah, and I'm just like, we don't have a single player outside of Braun that can do that.
Right.
And I'm just like, okay, he was showing off there a little bit. He was showing a little bit more skill there. So I understand the Lakers defense is trash. I understand the players look better against them, but the fact that skill set was still on display. And then you had pretty much the play that broke down the Lakers season is Trae Young is out there trying to get a shot off, can't get it. Vando is guarding him, so he can't get the shot off. Then they come over and they shade off of the wing to come help Vando on Trae Young. He throws the ball to the corner for a wide open shot for Sadiq Bey. They miss the three. Capella gets the rebound. Throws it right back to the corner to Sadiq. Hockey assist right out to Trae. Bong, three. Sums up the Lakers' entire season. Overcompensating on the perimeter to try to stop someone from shooting for three who was already covered. To leave a guy wide open. And then giving up the offensive rebound and then giving up the swing, and then giving up another 3-point basket. This is the story of the Los Angeles Lakers season in that one play.
Crazy.
But I definitely agree that I saw multiple things from DeJounte Murray tonight that is all the reasons why not just the Lakers, but a lot of teams would love to have him. And someone I said last night, it's not that they're saying that the Lakers seem to be the only one in it right now. It's not that teams don't want DeJounte Murray. It's just they're not prioritizing him right now because of this summer. Come this summer, things will be a lot different. There's maybe only at this point, I think there's only maybe 4 contenders right now. Let's see. Boston, Milwaukee. You can say what you want about Milwaukee's defense, but I still got them a contender. Boston, Milwaukee, Denver, and I'm gonna, like I said, I caught hell for this last night. But if the Clippers stay healthy, I got them as a contender right now. Now, if they can stay, they don't mentally fall apart or physically fall apart. That's different. But the way they are playing, I think you have to put them up there right now.
Yeah,
I don't like saying that. I don't like having a statement where both Boston and the Clippers are labeled contenders, and we're not right now. But I'm gonna keep it honest. I'm gonna be real. So outside of that, that's what 26 other teams, 25 if you take out the Lakers, because they may not be contenders, but they may be operating at the trade deadline like one. Mm-hmm. So outside of that, none of those 4 teams can trade for Murray.
Right.
So the other guys are like, well, we could just wait till the summer if they don't think they're going to move him. Or they may show up last minute. Like, okay, we'll offer you this. Try to get him on the low. But outside of that, that's why the Lakers are the only team in the game. It's not that teams don't want or covet DeJounte Murray, because they absolutely do. They're just not prioritizing him right now where the Lakers are. And that's the only real reason why the Lakers are really attached to it. And that's why they keep being linked to it. But I'm still not convinced the deal gets done, because I think that Atlanta could do better if they decided to. And they decided to wait. Just got to wait to see if they're actually going to wait. But what do you think Bruce Brown is worth?
He's definitely worth a pick.
A first? Unprotected first?
Depending on the team. That's how I look at it. Like for the Lakers, I would do it.
Oh, man. I don't know if I give up unprotected for, because he's overpaid. That was by purpose.
Right.
So in a vacuum, if he was the mid-level, which he should be, then maybe we could talk about that. But a $22 million club option, probably no way in the world they pick up that option. You have to negotiate a deal with him for less annually.
You get him on a lower. Yeah, you get him on a lower deal.
Well, you have to hope that, that I mean, I think that would probably be discussed, but you never know till it's done, right?
Right.
So they make that move for him. I think I don't see a team in the league that's going to offer an unprotected first for him right now. I'm not.
Yeah, that's what I said. I said for us. For us,
no, that's why we might not have to do it. Because no one else is. So I think we can get him for 2 firsts. I mean, 2 seconds. 2 seconds. Sorry.
Yeah, I agree with you. I agree with the trade proposal you had there. I'm just saying, you asked what he's worth for us. Like if it wasn't, if it's just straightforward, black and white, then yeah, I'd give up the first for him. But I think you're correct. But what if you can get? Well, no, you're not gonna get Murray. I was about to say, what if you get Murray? If if they want Reeves and you can get Murray for it without giving up the first, but you're probably going to give up both.
Oh, that I'd be like, where are we sending him? We'll put him in a FedEx envelope. Get him out of here. We'll do this right now. Get the plane.
If they coveted Reeves that much, but more than likely,
there's no way. There's no way.
Pick to it. Yeah,
even if they did covet Reeves that much, you're going to try to sell to the city of Atlanta that you're moving DeJounte for Reeves. I'm going to leave that alone, but just paint that picture real quick.
Right.
My God, man. All the money Magic City about to lose, and how you know what I mean? Like, come on. like no. So my thing is, even if they did covet him that much, they still wouldn't play that hand. They'd be like, oh, okay, he's someone we'll keep. We won't need a third team, but we still got to pay up, because Austin Reeves alone is not enough to get you DeJounte Murray. And if they do, Landry Field, it really does belong back with the Knicks, if that's the case and that happens.
Right. So yeah, no one's offering, that pick for Brown. You're not hearing anything. So like we said, no news is good news, right?
Yeah. Well, I've told you, I've said it numerous times. Keep an eye on the Knicks, man. While I don't know why they're even attached to him, because they got plenty of people that suit his, you got Josh Hart there. You got plenty
Josh
of people.
Hart, yeah.
It's kind of redundancy there, right? I don't know why, but again, they're the Knicks, bro. They're the Knicks, and so if the Knicks go, from what I was told was that if the Knicks go another direction, and they haven't been linked to Murray, but again, teams can show up late. The fact that they got so many damn picks, you got to worry about them.
Right.
So you got to worry about them. They got a bunch of picks and they got Fournier's money. They can move.
Yeah.
They're going to be in play for something.
Yeah.
Now, whether it's Jordan Clarkson or whether it's the Rosen, whether it's Levert, whether it's Sexton, whether it's any of those guys, if it's anyone other than Bruce Brown or Murray, then the Lakers are in a lot better shape when it comes to Bruce Brown of not having to offer up a first round pick. But if the Knicks come calling, they got picks to throw away. So they'll be like, okay, we'll give up a first. Yeah. And then the Lakers can't compete because they can't get both of them with one pick.
Right. The Knicks, they signed someone to a 10-day today, didn't they?
Yeah, Taj Gibson for like his 40th 10 days as a Knick.
Right. I didn't even know he was still playing.
Yeah. He's out there doing the Haslam roll over there. But
have you heard anything about Randall?
About how long he's out?
Yeah,
a few weeks.
Oh, okay.
Last I heard. I just heard it making the rounds last night. They said I think reevaluated in a few weeks, which sucks. So, like I was saying that there may be things that happen with teams that they have to make a trade they wouldn't normally make just to fill a gap for someone who's going to be out for extended time. So maybe now the Knicks look to replace Randall's minutes right now as opposed to someone else. That's something if he's going to end up being out 6 to 8 weeks, potentially, which I don't know if it's going to go that long. But if they know more than they're letting on, if they're saying reevaluate in a couple of weeks and they know that this is probably going to be extended time, then maybe they move on someone else maybe they look for another big as opposed to a wing or a guard.
Yeah, because they're playing the way they're playing right now. You can't just, give in. You got to keep that pressure on.
Yep. What's up, Go James? Appreciate you, bro. But so it's like this is what it comes down to because you have to really, really put this in the thought here. Like, okay, like who's offering these deals? So when everyone's sitting here acting like that D-Lo player option was the biggest boogeyman in the world, I'm like, name me a team that's offering him 4 years, $100 million.
Right.
I'm looking at teams with cap space next year, and I don't see a single one of those guys. Okay, so he's not giving him money. Do you think Philly's using their big time cap space on him? It's not happening. So it's like, I don't see the team where he gets his big money. Now, maybe he gets a 1-2 year deal, but the Lakers can match it.
Right. Yeah, that the Lakers will do. They'll match that.
That's what I'm saying. Or they can also, okay, he's like, look, we're not going to keep you. You want to go there. They're offering you this. We'll sign and trade you out of here so we can at least like how Golden State got him.
Yeah.
So if the Lakers are committed to do hard cap, then they can do it. Now the Lakers wouldn't be hard capped if they send out via signing trade. It's only if you bring back sign and trade.
Right.
But maybe they want to be hard capped to police themselves from accidentally stumbling into the second apron, right? So, right. But either or. But what I'm saying is they still have the option of a sign and trade for D'Lo. He may opt into the damn contract. Or if someone offers him 3 years, whatever it is, they can offer more than anyone else annually and over the total of the deal. So I don't understand why everyone's so freaked out about D'Lo's contract. Like, if that's the case, why aren't they trading Braun? He's got a player option.
Right.
See what I'm saying? Like, yeah. So if we're so scared of player options, which is odd, I don't get it. I don't get it. But I just, like I said, I don't see who's paying him that money.
Yeah, there's not a market out there for him. If someone, look at last summer. He kind of had to take what the Lakers gave him. Had to give up his, waive his the trade clause, and of course he was rewarded the player option for that. But there's not. I don't. Yeah, there's just not a market out there for him like that. Where he'll get big money. The 4 for 100 or whatever. So yeah, I think they'll be married to each other again. Just like they were this summer, this past summer.
Yeah, and remember when that went down? We were talking in the group chat, and you were like, it'll probably be like a 2 year, player option, and he can veto the trade. I'm like, they're gonna waive that. That's because I knew that was a new layer of the CBA. I go, it's gonna be a trader friendly, a team friendly deal on a player option that waives his no trade.
Yeah.
Hey, remember I told you that because I was like, it's lining up to it's just lining up towards that. They signed the money, not the player.
Right.
And I literally within minutes of that deal, I was everywhere with that. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I'm still there now because even if they like the way he's played lately, like a 10th of a season doesn't justify the other 9ths of the season.
Right. You can't 10 games as opposed to, 3 years, 4 years, whatever, 7 years, however long you've been here. And then when they did that, you go back to the summer. As soon as they did that, everybody said, "Oh, yeah, he's getting traded." That contract is being moved. As soon as he waived the no trade clause, and you saw it was a 1+1, everybody knew that contract was getting traded. That's why you notice I didn't get too hyped. The way he was playing, I was like, "Oh, they're still gonna move him."
Yeah. All right, guys. There's a good comment here. I want to touch on this. There's a lot of good comments in the chat, guys. I'm trying to get to as many as I can, but Brandon Wilkerson, thanks for pulling up. Appreciate you. And he says this, and Lo, I want you to answer this. He says, Jeff, when had the Lakers truly ever started from and stuck with it, even with Lonzo? And then that was just a byproduct of Kobe's last hurt years and paying him. They were always waiting for more. So basically, essentially, like when you get these guys and you don't let it see it through its fruition. I'll let you go, then I'm going to go. I have my feelings on why that is. And I'm curious to see what you think about it. Why the Lakers don't just stick and build through the draft.
We've always been a superstar, superstar franchise. That's what we are, and when you have guys, when you constantly chase superstars and then you get a superstar like LeBron James, you can't really do that. Nope. You're not going to get you're not going to be up there high enough in the draft to get players of that caliber. Lonzo Ball, but you flip Lonzo Ball for AD. So I think we won that exchange. You won a championship. It worked. If it didn't work, then okay, I could see people saying, "Oh, we should have stuck with the kids or whatever." I get it. I always said this when we got Bron, as long as we're winning, I'm fine. I'm fine with all the extras. I'm fine with moving the picks. I'm fine with not keeping guys to younger guys to develop them. I'm fine with all that as long as we're winning. But now we're at the point where we're no longer winning. We're a 500 team, So now it's getting kind of irritating, But that's why that's why we've always been a superstar. If it wasn't LeBron, then it probably would have been what Kawhi.
Paul George.
Yeah, right. It was always going to be somebody, right? Now you had that stretch where we couldn't get anyone, but I think that was just the all the stuff that was going on upstairs, with management and all that stuff. When we were striking out on guys. But another thing, I always thought that the plan was to get LeBron James.
Yep.
that was always the plan.
Facts. That's what Magic came for.
Right. That was always the plan.
Because Braun was pretty much always coming here as long as Jim Buss wasn't here.
Right.
Like all they had to do was just shine it up. Ain't no more shinier than Magic Johnson. You know what I mean? Just shine it up. Shine it up. And that's what they did. And another thing is, so you remember when LeBron decided to go back to Cleveland in 2014, and he shouted and he did it like when he did his letter and he was shouting at all the players and he left out one important player. It was Andrew Wiggins, who was the number 1 overall pick that year.
Oh yeah. Right? You knew that was getting moved
because he knew Kevin Love was coming, right? So it's like, so these are the conversations. these are the conversations that teams have with these star players before coming. Okay, if when you're sitting across the table, if I come here, what would be your first 5 moves? Like, is it extending this guy, signing this guy, trading this guy? Like what are we doing? What are you surrounding me? What am I going to war with?
Right, exactly.
So when he got in there and they're like, look, we're in the lottery, we got this. Bron was like, cool. Look, I'm working on AD.
Right.
I'm gonna get him to want to come here. All you guys got to do is get him, right? Just get him. I'll get him to make the demand. I'll get him to do all that. But you got to be ready to part. I'll play with these guys. I'll go out there and play a season with them. Or at least half.
He did. Yeah, he did. Yeah. I acknowledge him for that. He played that season.
Yeah, he went and they were closing in the 4th. They were in the 4th seed.
They were up
2
there.
Games out of the 1st seed when him and Rondo got hurt on Christmas in Golden State.
Right. You remember they smacked him too. They smacked Golden State.
Yeah, they whipped them when Bron was hurt, and then Rondo broke his hand that game and still finished.
Right. Yep.
Doe, man, over here, death row doe. But what I'm saying though, so it's like he made the commitment to come here because the Lakers organization committed to him to do everything within their power to go get them the help that he needs to get a championship in LA. And they did that. And that's why Braun never has fully backed out on them. Because outside of here's the thing, I think the Lakers have done everything that Braun has asked. It just hasn't always worked.
Right.
But it's been, like Lo said earlier, it's been a good partnership, a very fruitful partnership. Both of them have made a lot of money, added to each other's legacy. And LeBron James joined the most historic franchise. You know, the Celtics and them have the same amount of titles. But if you're talking the last 50 years, it's the Los Angeles Lakers.
Oh, yeah.
And joined that iconic franchise, like he always says. In his heart of hearts, he always wanted to be a Laker. He got here. So it's worked out for both parties.
Right.
Is what it is. But at the same time, so that's why the Lakers never sit back and wait. If they do get assets that are going to take a long time to develop, and there's a superstar that's ready to go, plug and play, built, ready to go, and you don't got to do all this development and all this work, then 9 times out of 10, the Los Angeles Lakers are going to ship those type of guys out to go get that superstar. That's just what their history is built on, and it's what their future will most likely be built on as well. It's in their DNA.
Right. That's what it is.
Bruce Brown helped Jokic, Murray, and a top team win a chip coming off the bench. It won't be great for the Lakers. See, I've heard that recently about a lot of pushback on Bruce Brown. He can't shoot. He can't do this. Bruce Brown can do a lot of things. He is not special in anything other than being good at everything. Like as far as finishing a role, he may not be a great shooter, but he can hit big shots. If you ever notice, whenever you speak of Joker and you speak of Murray, but whenever they went out of the game, it was Bruce Brown lighting us up when they weren't even on the floor.
Right.
So for people who think that Bruce Brown can't come help this team, I don't understand it. Like he's a guy who can play with the ball in his hands. He can play off ball. He can get back in transition defense. He can play on ball. He can pass the ball. He can shoot the ball. And for his size, he can rebound the ball. Like he was playing in a dunker spot, playing power forward for the Nets. The year before, he was playing point guard for the Pistons. And for Denver, he played everywhere. So I don't understand why people think he couldn't help this team when they struggle at every single thing that I say that he excels at.
I mean, look, people love Josh Hart.
Yeah, facts. What's up, Festo?
And Josh Hart is a poor man's Bruce Brown, you know?
This is true. And then see here, Bruce Brown would be incredible next to D'Lo. He's a great complementary piece. They'd be slapping the hell out of each other, but I agree with you. Those two are funny, man.
That'll be wild to see.
Those two are funny, man. Those two are funny. Ham for sure used to eat crayons and erasers back in the day.
Wow.
Oh man, here we go. Protest at Staples spread the word. Oh man, let's not do that. Come on. The last time didn't go too well. We look crazy. I would trade Hayes, Gabe, JHS, T Prince for Vukovic and Jay Carter. They can sign and trade LBJ for 2 Golden State Warriors, Clay and Draymond and Wiggins. Well, Clay's a free agent. Oh my God, that's a lot going on here.
Right, that's a lot, man.
Yeah, and a lot has to do this summer. I like Vukovic, but I don't think they're taking the guys with that money left on. I think he's got 2 or 3 more years after this one. So Gabe, JHS, and Prince, I wouldn't mind those 3 going out. But I like Carter and like Vukovic. Okay, that's not bad. But sign and trade LeBron for Clay and Dre. I don't know why Golden State would do that deal to break him up and not add him to that court. Like just to play with him, Steph, and a bunch of nobodies. And I don't know how much that benefits either one of them at that point. Let's see. Papa DM says, I don't know why anyone is so hyped on Murray. That dude is literally a 10-point per game playoff player. Dude is on a 19 and 27 team with no pressure, but he couldn't guard a parked car last year in the playoffs. Who did they play in the playoffs last year? In the first round? Celtics, right?
Atlanta?
Yeah, they played the Celtics because he got suspended, right? In game, whatever it was, and they won that game. And then he came back. I believe, they played the Celtics. Yeah, so they played a team that got within a game of going to the NBA Finals. And Atlanta's not a very good team.
And they don't play defense. It's not Murray. It's the system.
Yeah, they don't play. And I gave up on the defensive rating stat a long time ago. It's so not telling of what a player actually does because it's based on the team.
Right.
So a defensive rating is it's not a fair stat. People go to that But when people run to that, I pretty much tell them, okay, they don't watch the games. Like, because like I said, if you saw today, if you just put DeJounte Murray out there and you just watch how his body reacts in motion, how he's able to turn his body, plant with either foot, extend reach, like all the things that he can do in a split of a second. Like, I don't care about a defensive rating. I look at that and I see I could work with that.
Right.
And so getting out there and not giving 100% on defense because you have to, because then it takes away from your offense when you're out there playing the only guard in the backcourt who's guarding anybody. Plus you're playing out of position because you're a point guard and you're playing two guard, right? So you're guarding two guards when rather you'd be guarding point guards. So it is there's a lot of things as to why the Atlanta thing isn't lining up for his stats, which is partially why Atlanta wants to make the move, because he's not fitting there next to Trae Young. It's not a good fit because he has to overcompensate on defense, gamble, reach, fouling more, getting burned more because he's trying to guess and gamble too much. And when you're playing that way, when you're guessing instead of reacting, you're naturally a worse defender. And so DeJounte Murray's defense, which I've said he's not the same defender that he was in San Antonio, that doesn't mean I don't think he still can be. There's a lot of guys who aren't the same. Kawhi's not the same defender as he used to be because he focuses a lot more on offense. But when he locks in on it, he still could do it.
Right.
Miles Turner has completely fallen in love with offense since Halliburton got there.
That's
and isn't nowhere near the same defensive player or shot player that he was before. But you mean to tell me in a series, if he had to commit to that, he couldn't do it?
Right. I mean, you saw it against Embiid that night.
Yeah.
When they played. It was it was a few plays. He locked Embiid up. Yeah. And I think Embiid had a bunch of points, though, but still.
And that's just what I'm saying. So I think the Murray. So I'm gonna get through some of these real quick. I know you guys have been really patient. I haven't got to a lot of the chats tonight. The man, the myth, the legend, Mr. LOE pulled up tonight. So I went on my about 30-minute rant prior to that. So I'll make up for it later and then tomorrow, the next day when we get with some of the chats here. But just a reminder, Thursday night, your boy has officially joined Playback. So make sure to head on over to playback.tv/EmpireJeffTV and catch me live. You can watch the game with me on the screen. I've got 20 free VIP passes to hand out so you can watch the game live with me. I'll bring some people up on stage. We can talk the game together. Playback.tv/EmpireJeffTV. I'm going to put that in the chat one more time here so you guys can go over there and subscribe. It's free. Sign up. They've got an app or the desktop for Android and for Apple, for iPhones, and on the desktop. So head on over there, become a member over there. Join us. Join Dan the Laker fan as well. And head on over to Playback. And Thursday night, we're going to call this game. And I'm going to get some people up here to have the game with me, man. So make sure to head on over there and become a member over there on Playback. So let me see what else we got here in the chat real quick. We're talking. Let me see if I can find Christie probably gets $9.5 million. I don't know what Christie's market is yet. I don't think the league's seen enough of him. They'd be basically buying on potential. So I do think he gets less than the mid-level, more than the biannual. So I could see Christie between 7 and 10. So yeah, I think that's a fair range. I think it may be a little closer to 7 than 10. So I could see him in the 8 range. But that seems to be the fair range right there. And in fact, it's hard to build a team through the draft in the LA market. This is true. Bruce Brown on his own is not going to help us win a championship, so I'd rather just save the pick. I like the guy a lot, but we need more after watching these last few games, which is why I'm said for us, I think we can get him potentially without giving up the pick. I don't know if I'd give up a pick for Murray at this point, because like I said, he's basically going to opt him out after this season. Magic was crazy to think Lonzo was the next Laker great, the next Magic. What's going on, Brandon Birdie, man? He said we fired him yet. No, we haven't. But is Whitmore in the Hall of Fame yet? I'm just circling back to that. Magic wanted De'Aaron Fox. Ginny was the one that wanted Ball for the money in the story. What do you think about that, Lo?
I think it's a little truth to it.
Yeah, a little that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
I'm not going. I can't bash my guy, man.
Yeah. Me neither. Yeah. I mean, no matter who we got, they were going for AD anyway. So,
right.
Yeah, you saw. I saw Joel got injured again tonight, right?
Yeah, he left in the first quarter.
Yeah, they forced him out there.
I don't know. I don't know if he came back out. Did he come back?
I felt like I saw where he went down. So when I was watching earlier, it was definitely later in the game, and I saw him on the floor. So I don't know if it was a replay when he went out the first time, or if he came back and just basically like, no, I can't do it. But he's gonna enter that spot where he's not gonna qualify for an MVP. I have a feeling.
Oh yeah, it was only 6 games, but it was only 6 games left that he could miss. But that was the Denver game. He set out a couple of other games after that, right?
Yeah. And if he's not getting like Halliburton too, he had to play tonight because they were threatening him. Because if you don't play 20 minutes, it doesn't count as a game towards the 65. So he got hurt 13 minutes into that game. So he basically had to play tonight against the Celtics to ensure that didn't count as a missed game. That's crazy, man. Hey, thanks.
He's not going to get it. He's not going to get it. And that's, man, he's been on, when he's out there, he's on a tear. Unstoppable. With the foul calls and everything he gets.
Oh yeah, that boy is getting his mail at the free throw line. I know a bunch of people complaining about that though. That's crazy. But outside of that,
MVP.
See, let me ask you something. Do you think Jalen Brunson is a viable MVP candidate?
I don't know.
Or SGA?
He's not even the best player on his team.
Who, Brunson?
Oh, you said Brunson. I think you said Jalen Brown.
No, Brunson.
Yeah, I think so. But they did him dirty, man. But he's not even starting. He's not even a starting lineup for Dame. Dame looks like a damn role player most of the nights.
They super did him wrong. And like, well, Dame got it basically based off reputation alone. Like that was really like Dame is Dame. Dame is great, but if we knew that Dame going for number 1 for number 2, that some of his numbers would struggle, but I you know my mantra. You know what I've said for a long time. You know what I've thought about Dame for a long time.
Right.
And I'm not going to take it out. I'm not going to take it out the archives tonight. But like when it came to Dame, I pretty much already knew what Dame was. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's like you're going to get a heck of an offensive player whose usage is going to go down from being the guy, right? And his defense is not going to go up, right? So then you go ahead and you get rid of a backcourt that had Jrue Holiday and Wesley Matthews. Even if Wesley Matthews has fallen off, he's still defended, right? And then you go and you put Dame Lillard and Malik Beasley in the backcourt.
Makes no sense.
like okay. So and how did you feel with a rookie head coach?
Right. Comedy, man.
Yeah. So it was just like okay. So I am not surprised to see them struggle the way that they have as a result of that. But outside of that, man, I'm just like looking around and like Brunson, SGA. So I think there's I think that there is I think there are going to be, I don't think there's a clear-cut MVP favorite today because I think the guys that may potentially look to be clear-cut are going to not make it because of the injuries. And while I think that if the Lakers record were better, and if they were at least in like the 4th seed, I think AD would be in line for it because he's putting up the numbers, but the wins aren't there. So Kira, I think this might be the year where we don't see a superstar win an MVP or superstar or fringe superstar.
Right.
Potentially win an MVP. Maybe Tatum. Tatum. Maybe Tatum. I think he's a guy that's fringe superstar. I don't think he's superstar. I know my level of superstar. I think people toss around that term superstar too freely. I've been saying that for like 3 or 4 years. I think they were very, very, very good. I think they need to create a new level because the way they're watering down superstars, I say the word megastar a lot.
Megastar,
because LeBron James, right? LeBron James, Kevin Durant, Kobe Bryant, a Shaquille O'Neal, a Steph Curry,
superstars.
That's what a superstar was. That was what the criteria, what those guys were. Right. The second they started calling Jimmy Butler a superstar, I was like, okay, this is insanity, bro.
Right.
This is insanity. Donovan Mitchell, a superstar.
Right.
I'm like, this is Anthony Davis is not a superstar.
No, he's
not. And he's on my team. If I can say it about a player on my team, I can say about. So like I'm saying, there needs to be a new criteria because a megastar, because a superstar, these guys are not superstars.
Yeah. I don't even know if you got. You look around the league. How many? You got Jokic,
superstar.
You got Embiid,
superstar.
Of course, LeBron. He may not play at that level.
You don't ever stop being a superstar because your box office presence is still like you. That's like something that's like you ride that in, even if you're not performing like one. Your brand, your name is
still
already there.
right. Superstar. Yeah, right. You got Greek Freak.
Yep, superstar.
And
Steph.
it kind of Steph, yeah. And then
it falls off.
It falls off. Then you got that megastar like Tatum. You got that, but like you said, a megastar.
No, I think the megastar is higher than superstar. Is mega higher?
Okay.
Yeah. So those would be megastars, and then we get to superstars.
Oh yeah,
I've never had Dame as a superstar.
No.
As far as all those guys, so it's a megastar is what I'm gonna say. I never had Dame in that category when it gets throws into that, right? Never had Clay. I never had Kawhi in it. I know a lot of people bash me for that. He was fringe. He was right there, but I never had him as one.
Yeah.
He was on the door. If he would have got in 20 and 21, he was there.
Yeah.
But I never had Paul George there. I never had Russ there.
Oh no.
But people like kill me for that. They're like, "Oh, you're too picky." Like, oh my God, no, I'm not. Like, I think you're discrediting what a true superstar is. Magic Johnson is a superstar.
Yeah.
LeBron James is a superstar. Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, these are superstars. Dwayne Wade is not in the same book as LeBron James.
Oh, hell no.
He's not.
Right.
Like, Chris Bosh is not. The three superstars don't like. He was an all-star, an Olympian, but he was not the same. Oh my God! See, now I'm getting upset. Like, I'm more upset about the definition of the superstar than I am about the Lakers' performance tonight. Like,
Somebody said Luka.
Luka's a superstar. I think. Yeah. I think Luka is basically on the fringe. He's a guy that's going to be superstar. He's fringe right there. But he's a superstar. But again, I'm calling superstars a tier less now. So he's a superstar, but he's below LeBron, like Kobe, Jordan, like that level of player so far. Yeah. I think he has potential to be a great all time and make it to megastar status. But I don't right now. I've got him in the lines with like some of the lower guys. But I think that if there was a guy I was going to bet on getting there, it would be him.
Out of all those guys.
Yeah, because I mean, I love SGA, but I don't think he's gonna be Luka.
I love me some SGA, man.
I love SGA, but what I'm saying is like a megastar also is going to be globally known.
Yeah.
And it's not just about your play. You are a face of the league type player.
Wemby?
SGA is never going to be that. To me.
Wemby? What about Wemby?
There he has potential. Yes, there's one. If his game backs up the hype, because the hype is already there. The brand is already there. Now the game has to back it up. The one I'm very curious to see is Ant.
Oh yeah, I forgot about Ant. Yeah,
that's the one I want.
I put him right there with Luka.
So would I. So what I'm saying is I'm curious to see where his ceiling is, where he hits. Like where does he reach? Got another super chat in the building here. Hey, KD, thank you guys, man. Thank you guys so much, man. This might go down as being my best stream yet, man. I'm telling you, like this one, we definitely had the highest volume of any stream I've ever done before. We got 120 likes before I even ended the show. My last count we've gotten 25 subs on this show alone, I think. Let's see. I think it's even more than that now. Yeah, so 26 subs on this show alone. So shout out to you guys, man. I need to go on little mini rants a little bit more often. It looks like this is what the people want. Bro. They want a little bit like they're going on there. But Katie, man, I greatly appreciate you for your super chat, brother. Thank you so much for your continued support. Thank all of you guys for your continued support, man. Like I said, for the super chats, for the likes, for the subs, but most importantly, for your time. But speaking of time, man, we've been going about 2 hours in on this right now. I want to thank my man Lo for pulling up here when I was going on this rant. And I needed another voice of reason in here with me. Reached out to my brother, man. He said, I'm down. He pulled up. So before we go ahead and shut this down, Lo, you got anything you want to, say to the people where they can find you at, hold on yours.
Yeah. You can find us at Lakers Over Everything. That's the brand here on YouTube, Twitter, X, whatever the hell that thing's called, and Instagram and everywhere else, man. Thanks for giving me the call. It's a select few. When they call, I'll come running, man. And Empire Jeff is definitely one. Our DTLF, Empire Jeff. Those are two of the guys that I'll come running for. So appreciate you, man. It was fun. Tough night, right? But I don't think it's over yet, man. It might be a tough week.
Oh, it's not over. No, it's not over.
It ain't even started yet. It ain't even started yet.
It's like it's that episode of Power where I'm gonna hate these next 3 episodes. Like, oh, I gotta put up with his fool for three. Like, oh, like this is where we are. We're in the middle of character development right now. There's an arc right now that we're not loving right now. Streets need a body low. Streets need a body low.
And let me ask you this before we get out of here. So if they go 1-5 on this trip,
Streets need a body.
You think that's it? That's the final straw?
You know what I'm saying? Here's the thing, though. I think if they go out there and they get just totally demolished and embarrassed on national TV by the Boston Celtics,
Ooh-wee.
I think I think the hand of Dr. Bus himself may come down and snatch that drink out of Jimmy's hands.
Oh man.
Yeah. So I've said this, that my thing has been they're not going to do it this season. I've continued to say that. But like I said, I've come to the conclusion where I think they're going to have to understand that there's no fixing it. Like, even if he goes on a 10-game winning streak, as soon as he loses 2 again, it's going to fall apart. So it's like, at this point, like, it's the internal bleeding is there. Like I said, like there's no fixing it. There's no fixing it at this point. Even if he deserved it, even if he did a great job, like it's never going to get his credit. It's never going to work. It's too far gone, man. It's just burned. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So at that point, I'm not campaigning for him to be fired because, like I said, I think there's a lot more problems than just him. But part of me wants to see, like, just get him out of there so we can see what this team can do. Like, at this point, it's just not going to work. You know what I mean? And I'm dismissing him, like basically saying, "Oh, we're gonna put you on paid leave. Get out of here." Because he's basically on paid leave until he gets another job, right? And again, I will continue to say it is not all his fault. It's not. But it's also, he's not doing enough to prevent it either.
Right.
And the easiest thing to do would just make these simple lineup changes, and he would have bought himself some time. And the fact that he hasn't done it, so if they go out there, they go 1-5, they come back home. What is that? 3 games under 500? If that's the case,
they're 1 under now. So you're talking about losing. Yeah, you're talking. Yeah, that's 5, right? Or 4?
That's 4, because if they're 1 under, they lose the next 3. Yeah, 4 games under 500, heading home. Your most brutal stretch of the season, and March coming up. Trade deadline.
You got Denver as soon as we come back. So that's probably hell. And then the whole trade there, you might even have a full team there.
Yeah. So I will say this: while I believe that the Lakers typically and the Lakers typically operate under, they don't fire coaches during the season, and they've been giving him a vote of confidence and this, that, and third, but they maintain the right to change their minds. Doesn't make them liars. They said at the time, like, we're going to stick with you for now. For all we know, they said, look, we got you. We'll see what we're keep an eye on, and we're going to see where things go. We're going to play this out up to the trade deadline. We're going to play this out. Let's see where this goes.
Right.
And then anything could happen. I knew they weren't going to fire him when everyone was screaming early in the season. Like, it's not going to happen. They're going to see where this goes.
Yeah.
So while I'm less confident that he's going to make it to the end of the season, because if it gets to a point where they know they're not even making the playoffs, they may just cut bait at that point, right? But so where I'm not is 100% convinced that they will not fire him this season. I'm still convinced. I was still pretty much convinced it wasn't going to be early or even mid-season. But this Boston game, man, this is Boston and New York back-to-back national TV, back-to-back national TV games.
I didn't even look at that point of it, the national TV aspect of it.
Yeah, both of them back-to-back, Boston, New York, national TV. It was Saturday night, primetime ABC. TNT Thursday night. Debut of Empire Jeff TV on playback. Come on, man.
That's it. That's the straw right there.
Yeah, that's it right there.
You got my boy catching L's his first day. That's it.
You blow my debut. Pause. But you do that shit. Oh my god. We're like, yeah. But again, like I said, so we'll see though. But outside of that, man, just y'all make sure y'all checking with LOE, man. I owe him one, and I crashed his whole stream yesterday, so I definitely owe him a beer or 2 for that. So I can't believe that happened, bro. I would have paid to have seen my face when that happened, bro, because I was just like, what is going on with my phone, dude? I was like,
I low-key thought Kareem did something. I'm like, oh, man.
I'm not going to lie. Hand to God. Party was like, I could probably blame this on Kareem, but they would believe it. But I was like, no, I can't do my guys like that, man. Because it was a total accident. I did it, man. I was like, son of a man, this is not great, man.
But it was cool because there was nothing going on in the game, so it was welcome.
Yeah,
almost started to not restart it. Oh well, that's done. Good night.
I was like, oh man, technical difficulty. We didn't do it. It was the app. The app crashed. The Lakers played so bad, man. The app crashed. Like,
I go to bed early and I get some sleep.
Yeah. But no, but I definitely appreciate your time. You know this, man. I thank you. I'm glad I didn't have to make it through this show though. And like I said, I came out blazing to start the show. And then I was like, I use more air in the first 30 minutes than I do in 2 hours usually on a show. So appreciate you pulling up. Like I said, another voice of reason, another person to talk to. Laker Nation wins whenever Low pulls up. So definitely appreciate you. So outside of that, yeah, that'll be it, guys. Definitely appreciate you guys for tuning in. You guys could be anywhere in the world, but you're here with us. We appreciate that. I know it's a rough stretch right now, but we're going to continue watching these games. We're going to continue supporting these creators. We're still going to come back to each other every night, whether it's great or it's terrible. And we're going to continue to support them and voice our support when things are going great. And we're going to sit here and voice our frustration when things go bad. This ended up being a Laker support group night. You know how it goes. And but appreciate you guys for pulling up. Drop a like on the video if you have not done so already. Subscribe to the channel if you have not done so already. Let me know what you think in the comment section if you catch us on the on the rewatch. And we will catch you guys tomorrow. I'll be here tomorrow night doing some shows. And again, Thursday night, Playback TV, Empire Jeff TV, Celtics, Lakers. Y'all have a good one. We'll catch you on the next one.